Good afternoon from sunny Santa Barbara, California, as we come to you live from Eddie Mathews Field at Santa Barbara High School, where the Santa Barbara Foresters host the Conejo Oaks for this Friday afternoon CCL baseball matchup. It's great to have you with us. Hope you're having a great day. Alongside Calvin Kaplan, my name is Sammy Fawn, and today the Oaks enter today with a lot of momentum. They got a 4-game winning streak. They pulled off a great 12-6 win yesterday against the San Luis Obispo Blues at home, and today the Oaks are playing their 7th road game of the season against the Santa Barbara Foresters. Now, hasn't been the strongest season for the Oaks on the road overall. They're 1-5 on the road, with their one win on the road being against the Arroyo Seco Saints. And today the Oaks are on the road for the first time in 8 games. This is certainly a big adjustment today for the Oaks.
Yeah, the Oaks will have 2 tall tasks to conquer today. One of them is the road win. Being 1-5 on the road, it certainly presented a challenge for this team to go on the bus ride and be able to come out fully ready to play against teams on the road. But the second challenge is the Foresters themselves. Top team in the league at 20-5. This is a team the Oaks are 0-4 against, but they've been riding a lot of momentum. As you said, a 4-game winning streak. Things seem to have really turned a corner. We'll find out if that translates to road action today.
And the Foresters, first place in the CCL South. They're 20-5 on the season, but they have shown some vulnerability this season. They did endure a 6-5 upset loss last night at Great Park against the Orange County Riptide. As we take you to the field, the starting pitcher for the Santa Barbara Foresters is Noah Waldeck. And Noah Waldeck making his 6th appearance of the season. This is his first start. He's 1-0, has not allowed a run on the season. The batting order for the Conejo Oaks: Owen Mealy, Tyler Antwine, Tyson Reese, Matthew Whitgo, Caden Stillwell, Danny Aguilera, Aiden Voiles, Grant Rodriguez, and Zach Nagy. In the field for the Santa Barbara Foresters, Waldeck on the mound, Carter Rutenbar behind the dish. On the infield, Nelson at first, Addison Klepsch at second base, Easton Mumaw at third. At shortstop, Joseph Sandusky. And in the outfield, from left to right, Cole Chamberlain, Makani Nabarro, and Nick Salmon. It's great to have you with us as we get set and underway. Owen Mealy leading things off for the Conejo Oaks. Off we go. The first pitch to Mealy is chopped foul right to the left side by the Oaks dugout. No balls and 1 strike. Well, Owen Mealy having a very solid season, batting .333, has 11 RBIs, and has stolen 4 bases. The 0-1. Fastball just missed a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yesterday for Mealy, he had his 5-game hitting streak snapped, but it wasn't really through any fault of his own. He was hit by a pitch 3 times, so still got on base a lot.
1-1 pitch, a hack and a miss. Mealy behind in the count, 1-2. Well, Mealy has proven himself to be a strong, reliable leadoff hitter. Of course, the Oaks also have Brandon Contreras not in the lineup today. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Waldeck got Mealy to go chasing there for the first out. And that is Waldeck's 7th strikeout of the season.
Yeah, you said it, 7th strikeout. He's not necessarily a huge strikeout guy, having now pitched 10 1/3, but he still hasn't allowed a run this season, and the Foresters just have so many good pitching arms that they can go to early in games. Waldeck getting his first start of the season and already showing the stuff.
First pitch to Tyler Antwine, fouled up and away. Yeah, the Foresters certainly a very all-stars heavy roster among their pitchers this year. Tyler Antwine, his first plate appearance of the day, batting .195, has 1 home run. And the 0-1 is a fastball high for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the last time Tyler Antwine went deep was against the San Diego Bombers this past Wednesday. It was a 3-run bomb. And the 1-1, a swing and a miss. Waldeck has got great velocity, and even those off-speed pitches on that changeup seems a little fast up close.
Yeah, his fastball can get above 90, slider around 80, cutter mid-80s, and the changeup in the mid-80s as well.
Antwine muscles one out to right field, shallow. Nick Salmon, the right fielder, underneath it to make the catch for out number 2. Well, Nick Salmon, a guy, very strong hitter. We've seen him at first, and we see him get the start in right field today. It's Wyland Nelson at first base for the Foresters today. Caleb Hoover not in the starting lineup. And now that brings up Tyson Reese getting the start at first base today. Waldeck gets set. Readies for the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Reese behind 0-1 in the count.
Expect to see Tyson Reese taking some more big hacks today. He's gotten hits in 11 games in a row. That stretch includes 3 home runs as well.
That one is chopped foul to the right side. No balls and 2 strikes. And something we've yet to see from the Oaks on the road this season is the long ball.
Very hittable here. The center field fence is only about 380.
0-2 is in the dirt, blocked by Rutenbar. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matthew Whitgo in the on-deck circle should the inning extend further. Pitch on the way, 1-2, and it kicks in the dirt right off of Rutenbar against the fence. It's now an even 2-2 count.
This has been a really strong start for Noah Waldeck. As expected, been a great pitcher at St. Mary's over the last couple seasons as well.
2-2 on the way, a swing and a miss, a foul tipped right into the glove of Rutenbar. A 1-2-3 first inning for Noah Waldeck as he strikes out 2. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. Bottom of the first inning in this Friday afternoon matchup between the Oaks and the Foresters in Santa Barbara, California. Oaks went down 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Starting on the mound for the Oaks is Jaden Kolkowski in his 5th start of the season. Numbers haven't painted him in the best light. He is 0-3 on the season. He has fanned 4 hitters, and he looks to face a very strong Foresters lineup. Though we were talking about, they aren't necessarily playing their top-tier players. It's Carter Rutenbar, Joseph Sandusky, Addison Klepsch, Cole Chamberlain, Nick Salmon, Wyland Nelson, and Joshua Woodworth, Easton Mumaw, and Makani Nabarro, the batting order for the Stars. In the field for the Oaks, Kolkowski on the mound, Voiles behind the dish, Reese at first, Rodriguez on the infield at second, Aguilera at third, Nagy at short. In the outfield from left to right, Stillwell, Mealy, and in right field, Antoine.
Yeah, and this is a game that really feels like it could be a reset of sorts for Kolkowski, because you mentioned the numbers haven't been great, but he's faced really good teams in every start. Foresters twice, Barons once, and the San Diego Waves once. Those are tough matchups.
First pitch to Carter Rutenbar, fouled back against the screen, 0-1.
And for the Foresters, you mentioned, obviously, they got a lot of depth. Plenty of their best guys playing, but plenty of them also out today, including Caleb Hoover, Kurt Ippolito, Brady Janusek, and many others.
0-1 misses low in the dirt for ball 1. It's a 1-1 count. Carter Rutenbar, rising sophomore at the University of Arkansas. Here's the pitch. Fastball up high for a ball. Count is now 2-1.
Rutenbar, well-deserving all-star this season, and batted .286 at Arkansas in his freshman campaign, so one of the top sluggers on this team.
2-1 on the way. Line drive over the head of Aguilera into left field for a base hit. Rutenbar takes the turn at first, but he's going to hold up there. A good start for the Foresters as Rutenbar ropes a leadoff single through the left side.
That's the benefit of having a guy like Rutenbar in the leadoff spot. Batting .317 entering this game. He's really good at just getting consistent hits. Not a huge power bat necessarily, but extends a nice hitting streak. He's already up to 9 games in a row now.
Good momentum builder for the Foresters. Joseph Sandusky now at the plate. Looks at a first pitch fastball in there for a strike, 0-1. Sandusky played his freshman year at Weatherford College, but he's transferring to Division I Texas A&M University. Rutenbar at first with nobody out. The 0-1. High fly ball into right center field, chasing Antoine back some steps. He is able to make the running catch near the track. So Rutenbar will retreat to first, 1 out.
And when we've watched Jaden Kolkowski this season, perhaps the biggest weakness has been allowing a lot of fly ball contact, and that hasn't turned out badly for him when it's able to stay in play, not able to fall in gaps, but we always know that whenever the ball's in the air, it's a little bit more risky if you're a pitcher than just keeping it on the ground and trying to get ground ball outs.
It certainly is. Here's Addison Klepsch in the dirt. Good block by Voiles behind the dish, 1-0. The Foresters able to put their leadoff man on after the Oaks went down 1-2-3 in their half of the first inning. That one is slapped down the left field line, just foul. Boy, that was smoked. If that stayed fair, that would be much more trouble for the Oaks.
This has been a really good start at the plate for the Foresters, just like how they started in the other home matchup they had against the Oaks this season, which ended up being a 19-2 win.
1 ball and 1 strike to Addison Klepsch. There goes Rutenbar. Pitches high, throw down to second. Rutenbar is safe ahead of the tag. So with 1 out, the Foresters have a runner in scoring position as Carter Rutenbar swipes second base.
Good throw, but Rutenbar just had a really good jump on that play. So much that the Foresters can gain out of being aggressive early on the base paths.
2 balls, 1 strike, runner at second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle, cut off by Nagy, but he's not going to have a play as he was unable to get up in due time. So it's an infield single, and now runners at the corners with 1 out. And Klepsch, a guy who among this team perhaps knows this ballpark better than anybody, as this is his 3rd summer with the Foresters, which is how many summers that the Foresters have been at this ballpark for their home field. Of course, they were previously at Pershing Park, not too far from here. Certainly a change of scenery here, a little bit. So now it's Cole Chamberlain, the left fielder. First pitch, high fastball, it's a ball, over to second, and safe is Klepsch as the shortstop Zach Nagy came in on the throw. The Oaks were hoping to bait Rutenbar into coming home, but he held his place at third. That does remove the double play ground ball scenario for the Oaks. It's second and third now with 1 out, and a righty on lefty matchup is more challenging defensively. Here's the pitch. Popped up, short center field. The catch is made by Nagy. Rutenbar tags and started to make his way to the plate, but he made the wise decision to retreat. It's a big second out for the Oaks. Second and third, 2 outs.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. And the Foresters got a couple guys going on the base paths, and Rutenbar and Klepsch who can really run. Rutenbar now has 8 stolen bases, Klepsch 5. And for the former, don't often think of the catcher as having a lot of speed, but Rutenbar does. So all more important that the Oaks removed the sac fly possibility.
Batter now, Nick Salmon. Looks at an off-speed strike over the plate, 0-1. Well, this is a guy that the Foresters would certainly love to rely on for the chance to drive in a run or 2 here, possibly even 3. Salmon does have that power. Another changeup. This one missed a little bit inside, though, so it's a 1-1 count. Nick Salmon in a big spot here. 2 on, 2 out, 2 in scoring position. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Kolkowski blew that fastball right by him, 1-2.
So far, just a really good response from Jaden Kolkowski. He started the blowout game against the Foresters earlier this season and just got a little frazzled early in the innings, but not happening here so far today.
Salmon has 1 home run on the year. What a time this would be for his second. The 1-2. Fouled straight back, still 1-2. Good speed on the bases. You've got Rutenbar at third and Klepsch at second, excuse me. Second and third, 2 outs. One-two to Salmon. Changeup misses upstairs. It's an even 2-2 count. Salmon showing a good eye at the plate.
Yeah, that was a good take. Could have easily gotten bat to ball on that one, but it keeps Kolkowski working, making him feel the pressure with those 2 runners in scoring position.
2-2 pitch. Fly ball down the right field line. This is going to twist foul. So this at bat will continue. That was almost home run distance.
It was.
That hit about halfway up the wall.
Yeah, and it really sliced too. It started fair and then turned sharply to the right. Just barely went foul.
Kolkowski and Salmon battling it out here. Second and third with 2 outs. No score thus far. That could change right here. Another 2-2 to Salmon. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is now full. It would be in Kolkowski's best interest to go right after Salmon here. A walk would make it a little tough for him to crank it up again. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A tremendous battle, and Kolkowski comes out on top. Foresters strand 2 as we head to the second inning. No score. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. One inning in the books. Noah Waldeck heads back out to the mound for the second inning. He retired the Oaks in order in his half of the first. Kolkowski, on the other hand, had to work a little bit harder. He was able to strand 2 runners in scoring position. And we'll see how the Oaks respond after being silenced in the first inning.
It was a really good bounce back by Jaden Kolkowski, though, to just keep it scoreless. It felt like the Foresters were having much more success at the plate. But to keep that inning even and break through, those are the types of margins that'll benefit this team later if the bats do start to wake up against Noah Waldeck.
Well, leading off for the Oaks in the second inning is one of their hotter bats, Matthew Whitgo. First pitch to Whitgo, a fastball that misses low for a ball, 1-0. Whitgo currently riding a 6-game hitting streak that he looks to extend here. He was able to extend it yesterday pretty early on. 1-0, grounded to second. Routine play for Kleps at second for out number 1.
It has been a great stretch for Whitco. 5 multi-hit days in that 6-game span, but that's a rarity for him. You don't usually see the weak ground ball contact. Just shows you how dialed in Noah Waldeck's been early on.
And how formidable he's been for the Oaks this season as well. And really for any team that he's faced. It's Caden Stillwell, the number 5 hitter for the Oaks, getting the start in left field. First pitch, a swing and a miss. That fastball blew right by him. It's been a trend for Waldeck. He's been able to blow that fastball right by the Oaks batters. No balls and 1 strike. Waldeck comes home. High fly ball into right center field. Nick Salmon to his right. He is able to make the catch for out number 2.
Stillwell's been really good at getting contact as well. Reached base in all 15 of his games entering today, but once again, it's just been really great from Noah Waldeck, and you can see why he's not allowed to run yet this season. It's because he's able to blow by the fastball, like you said, and he's got 5 pitches in total that he can go to really get outs consistently.
High fly ball into right center field, chasing Salmon back. He's able to make the catch. Danny Aguilera able to give that one a great ride, but not beyond the reach of Nick Salmon. We now head to the bottom of the second inning. No score here at Eddie Mathews Field. Stay tuned. Bottom of the second inning, no score here at Eddie Mathews Field. Jaden Kolkowski returns for his second inning of work. He faced 5 batters in the bottom of the first inning. Had a runner at second and third with 1 out, and the Foresters were unable to get either one of those runners home. So Kolkowski looks to improve on that inning here as the Foresters threatened. And the Foresters, on the other hand, look to build off of that momentum and hope to capitalize on an opportunity that they're able to build.
Yeah, and they had a lot of momentum. A couple of narrow foul balls could have changed the complexion of the first inning, but credit to Jaden Kolkowski for sticking with it. He knows what it's like to face the Foresters. This is his 3rd start against them this season, and typically for him it's been mixed results, but he knows what it's like to face a top lineup like this, and so it feels like maybe that first inning can be a sense of momentum for him as he gets used to this game.
Well, leading off for Santa Barbara will be Wylan Nelson, the first baseman. First pitch from Kolkowski, a fastball misses high for a ball, 1-0. On the way. Nelson looks at an off-speed outside, putting him ahead 2-0 against Kolkowski. Nelson attending Santa Barbara City College nearby. 2-0 pitch. Misses down and in. It's 3-0 now on Wyland Nelson. Last summer, Nelson played summer ball for the Anchorage Bucks of the Alaska League. Comes now to the California Collegiate League. 3-0 pitch. Up high for ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Wyland Nelson. The first walk of the day for either side.
Sponsored by Mesa Cafe, number 20, Josh Woodward.
Well, that now brings up Josh Woodworth to the plate. He's the designated hitter today for the Santa Barbara Foresters. He has 1 home run on the season, batting .283. And the first pitch. Off-speed pitch, misses down by the dirt, 1-0.
Woodworth's average here with the Foresters at .283 and his .281 average at Pepperdine during his freshman season are almost identical. He really can put the ball in play, has 12 RBIs, solid hitter all around.
1-0 pitch, a fastball high, 2-0. A guy with some versatile baseball experience. He has played for Team USA. He played for the U15 USA baseball team, part of the 2022 World Baseball Classic in Mexico. The 2-0. Fastball hits the upper part of the zone, 2-1.
And after 6 straight balls, that's really important for Jaden Kolkowski. Can't afford to walk another guy. This is a spot where the Foresters order doesn't really let up, but while you're at the bottom of the order, you want to be able to take advantage.
There's a pounding fastball that hits the upper part of the zone, 2-2 the count on Woodworth. Woodworth, local Ventura County kid. He graduated from Ventura High School in 2025. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kolkowski comes home. Strike 3 called. Catches the upper part of the zone. Completely froze Woodworth for the first out.
Santa Barbara didn't like that very much. Very close call. It's hard to see, based on where we're at, what exactly is on the outside corner versus not on a very close pitch like that. But well done by Kolkowski to work back from 2-0.
Easton Mumaw, the batter, returning from last year for the Santa Barbara Foresters. There's a high fastball, 1-0. Voiles thought about looking to first. Well, last summer for the Foresters, Mumaw played in 30 games. He batted .288, knocked in 13 runs, hit 3 doubles, stole 3 bases. 1 ball, no strikes. Kolkowski delivers home. Changeup hits the upper middle part of the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. And Mumaw had his breakthrough game last year for the Foresters on June 7th. He went 4 for 5 with an RBI. It was a walk-off against the Conejo Oaks. 1-1 pitch. In the dirt. Voiles has trouble picking it up, and Wyland Nelson takes second pretty easily.
3 stolen bases for the Foresters today. Just a big problem for the Oaks when these two teams have played at times early in this season, and it comes back here.
It's a 2-1 count on Mumaw. Here comes Kolkowski, and it's skied to the left side. Looks like it's heading foul. It's 2-2 now, the count on Kolkowski. Rising senior at the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley. Nelson at second with 1 out. Here's the 2-2. Grounded to the right side. Reese picks it up, tosses underhand to Kolkowski for out number 2. It does move Wyland Nelson over to third, so the pitch in the dirt, in which Voiles had trouble picking it up, does pay off for the Foresters.
Yeah, that's still big for Navarro. All he really needs to focus on is putting the ball in play. But credit to the Oaks for getting it up to 2 outs.
First pitch to Navarro is fouled straight back against the fence. No balls and 1 strike. Makani Navarro, rising junior at the University of Hawaii, Manoa. Played for the Stars last year. 0-1. Skied foul to the left side. And Navarro falls behind 0-2. He has also played summer ball for the Derby Twins of the Jayhawk Collegiate League. Played his first 2 years of college at Cuesta College. 0-2 from Kolkowski. Fastball down and in, 1-2.
And so far, the Foresters lineup has just made Kolkowski work a lot more than the Oaks have made Waldeck try to fight through adversity. It's been 2 clean innings versus 2 more challenging ones.
1-2 on the way. Fastball just missed a little bit low. Count is even at 2.
Close one from Kolkowski, a pretty good pitch. Just not getting it quite in the zone.
Wyland Nelson, the runner at third. Foresters have already left 2 on base. That was in the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes Kolkowski, a chopper to second base. Grant Rodriguez throws to first in time for the 3rd out. The Foresters have now stranded 3 runners, all in scoring position. 2 innings done, no scores. We head to the 3rd inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. We'll be right back. Top of the 3rd inning, no score here at Eddie Mathews Field at Santa Barbara High School on a beautiful sunny day in Southern California. Of course, Santa Barbara used to technically be considered part of Northern California, but California just being a big state that it is, and establishment of more cities. As we get set for baseball, Aiden Voiles leads things off for the Conejo Oaks. Here in the top of the 3rd, 7, 8, 9 hitters have yet to have a plate appearance. Voiles chops that one backwards, 0-1.
And it's just been a great start for Noah Waldeck on the mound. It's not like the Oaks have gotten bad contact by any means, but for Waldeck to get through the first 2 innings in 18 pitches, it's really a testament to how efficiently he's worked all season.
Here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Voiles gave that swing all he got, but came up empty. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 from Waldeck. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-2. Grant Rodriguez waits on deck. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, strike 3 called. Voiles down looking for out number 1 in the 3rd. Waldeck with his 3rd strikeout.
And that's the first one that came looking. He's gotten tons of whiffs all day, So why not go to the off-speed pitch, paint it over the plate, and freeze up Voiles? A really good pitch for Waldeck, and again, just an efficient at-bat.
Here's Grant Rodriguez. First pitch, fastball, just misses off the plate, 1-0. Grant Rodriguez did not see action in yesterday's game against the Blues. Chops it right back into the glove of Waldeck. Underhand toss to first for out number 2.
That's a good play, but it's also one of those where Waldeck's glove just wound up in the right place at the right time. Didn't have to move really very much to make the play. But again, 24 pitches to get 8 outs. That is wildly efficient so far, and could let Noah Waldeck go far into this game if he keeps it up.
That's roughly 3 pitches per at-bat. And the first pitch misses in the dirt to Zach Nagy, getting the start at short. Nagy, another guy who did not see action in yesterday's game. The other Zach Morrow, was in the starting lineup. Here's the 1-0. Fastball hits the upper part of the zone for a strike, 1-1. One from Waldeck. Line drive right back up the middle for a base hit. The Oaks with their first base runner and first hit of the ball game against Noah Waldeck. It's a single from the number 9 hitter, Zach Nagy.
And that came hard off the bat. Shot right back up the middle. A really important 2-out hit for the Oaks. Finally, their first one. Nagy's been on base in 3 straight games. So that's just a really good start to his day. Had a walk against the Bombers, had a walk and a hit against the Indians the day before that in his past 2.
That closes the door on the chance of Noah Waldeck having a perfect game. And the first pitch, a fastball low to Owen Mealy. 1-0. Mealy was a strikeout victim his first time up. Here's the 1-0. Mealy checks a swing as the pitch missed low, 2-0 on Mealy. Tyler Antwine waits on deck should it reach him. And the 2-0. Chopped backwards. It's now a 2-1 count on Owen Mealy. Two-one on the way. There goes the runner. Throw down to second, and Nagy is safe.
Zach Nagy's one of the better stolen base guys on this team. He's got 6 of them now on the season.
He's in scoring position with 2 outs for Owen Mealy. Nagy is the first base runner for the Oaks today. Can the Oaks bring him home? 3-1. Fastball in there for a strike. It's now a full count on Owen Mealy. Nagy on second with 2 outs. Here's the 3-2. Fastball misses a little bit low. It's a 2-out walk to Owen Mealy.
That's a really great at-bat for Mealy as you see a bunch of Oaks walking past on your screen. Just a really good job of making Waldeck throw a lot of pitches. That's the longest at-bat by far that he's had to face. And for it not to result in an out, that's certainly a bit of a hit to his confidence.
First and second with 2 outs, Tyler Antwine the batter now. First pitch from Waldeck. Fastball hits the outside corner, 0-1. Antwine flew out to right field his first time up. The Oaks have by far their biggest threat of the day so far. And the 0-1. Line drive into left field for a base hit. Nagy is getting the windmill around third, and instead now he goes back. The throw goes to third, but Mumaw had trouble with it. So the bases are loaded, and that was a nerve-wracking play for the Oaks right there. I thought Nagy would keep going around third because the delay from the throw from left field, I guess, was because Nagy was holding, but Nagy almost got picked off in the process.
Yeah, and he might have made it had he kept going, but it wasn't super deep into the outfield, so hesitated, almost cost him with the hesitation. You would have rather he either just gone for it or stayed initially, but at least the Oaks have the bases loaded still.
Tyson Reese, a big swing and a miss. He was ready to knock in a runner, possibly 4 right there. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Oaks really threaten here. Waldeck, each base runner he has allowed is with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1. And he gets Reese to chase one in the dirt. No balls and 2 strikes. Reese in a pretty uncomfortable position here. He's behind 0-2. Nagy at third, Mealy at second, and Antwine at first with 2 outs. 0-2 pitch. Reese able to lay off. It misses high for a ball. 1-2. Bases loaded with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. What a job by Noah Waldeck. He strands the bases loaded with 2 outs, and the Foresters out of trouble. Oaks finished in the third. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Still no score here in Santa Barbara. We'll be right back. Two and a half innings done, and we head to the bottom of the third. Oaks have had their biggest chance so far in the top of the third. They had their first 2 batters retired, but then got 2 singles and a walk against Noah Waldeck. But fortunately for the Foresters, Waldeck was able to fan Tyson Reese to end that inning. Waldeck now has 4 strikeouts on the day. And the Foresters will come up to bat here in the bottom of the third. They've got the top of the order due up, starting with Carter Rutenbar. Rutenbar laced a single to left field his first time up. First pitch, Rutenbar just gets a piece of that one. Count is 0-1. Rutenbar with the maroon helmet with the A standing for Arkansas, representing his college team. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1. One delivery. Rutenbar swings and misses. Just a tad out in front of that one. He had the right idea in terms of timing, but he was just a little bit ahead of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Kolkowski deals. Swing and a miss. Oh, what a nasty breaking ball there. He tied up Rutenbar for the first out.
Now batting, Sponsored by the
Yeah,
City Government
Rutenbar was
Radio
totally
House.
fooled, expecting a
Number 6,
fastball.
Joseph Sandusky.
And that was big for Kolkowski's third strikeout. Great start to this inning.
I wonder if Rutenbar was fooled more by the pitch or the location, because it started just a little high, but it made its way down. It'll be Joseph Sandusky. Change up in there for a strike, 0-1. Sandusky flew out to right field his first time up. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes Kolkowski. Pitch, a changeup up and in for ball 1. It's an even 1-1 count as the Foresters look to strike first against the Oaks. 1-1 on the way. A pitch misses high. 2-1 on Sandusky. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Infield, first base side, foul territory. Tyson Reese under it. He really got twisted around out there and was unable to make the catch.
Man, the Oaks don't want to regret that one. That was one where Reese just lost it in the bright sun. He's got the sun facing him, so it's tough, but really wanted to be able to snag that and get that crucial second out. But in the 2-2 count, there's still a spot to do so.
The Foresters are 4-0 against the Oaks this season. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kolkowski to the plate. And that hits Sandusky on the left shoulder, so he gets a free base.
It's one of those where you might look back and think it's important later. The missed fly ball in foul territory and then the hit batter. Small thing, but can change a lot of momentum with just 1 out instead of 2.
It'll be Addison Klepsch, who reached on an infield single his first time up. Sandusky the runner at first. Here's the pitch. That one is skied foul. Goes out of the stadium, 0-1. Right onto Cannon Perdido Street. Runner at first with 1 out. Here's the 0-1. That's in the dirt, goes to the backstop, and Sandusky will take second base. And the Foresters, for the 3rd straight inning, have a runner in scoring position.
And they've always been finding ways to do it on the base paths. 3 stolen bases, now the wild pitch. That's what they have gotten to work for them.
1-1 the count. Kolkowski brings it. Misses outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, the Foresters had their biggest chance to score in that first inning when they stranded 2 runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2 balls and 1 strike. JK comes home. Chopper to the right side. Rodriguez slides and gets a piece of the ball, knocks it down. Here comes Sandusky to the plate. He's safe and going to second now. And now heading to third is Klepsch. He's going to have 3 bases as he drives home a run. The Foresters strike first. 1-0. Boy, what a sequence of events there by the Foresters.
That was an unbelievable base running decision by Sandusky. Just did not hesitate to head home. The throw was offline, and they could have had him, too, with a perfect throw. It just didn't quite come in right. And then suddenly, throw got by, and Klepsch decided to make it into getting to third himself.
So the scoreboard is open, 1-0 Foresters. That brings up Cole Chamberlain, the left fielder. So now Klepsch at third. with 1 out. Chamberlain takes the ball, goes to the backstop, coming home, and scoring is Klepsch. 2-0 Santa Barbara.
And this is all started from the hit batter that came after the misplayed foul ball. And when we talked about earlier this inning, those things don't seem consequential at the time, but can really come back to bite you. That's a big example. None of this would have happened if not for that situation, but Kolkowski still has to find a way to reset.
Pitch to Chamberlain in there for a strike. 1-1. It goes to show you how much of a difference it makes, because if Sandusky doesn't get hit and if he gets out, then, you know, probably Klepsch still has that infield single, but maybe he'd be at second now. Here's the 1-1. Misses in the dirt. It's now 2-1 on Cole Chamberlain.
He's also not necessarily advancing in the first place, because the only reason he even got to third was because of the throw in, advanced to second on the throw, advanced to third on the error, etc.
2-1 pitch misses outside. It's now 3-1 on Cole Chamberlain. Another returner from last year for the Santa Barbara Foresters. 3-1 on the way. Fly ball in the air to right center. Coming in is Antwine, and he's there to make the catch for out number 2.
Well, that was more of a harmless fly ball from Chamberlain, so well played by Antwine.
Sponsored by the Pomerantz family.
And the Oaks
15,
certainly disappointed to be down here, but
Salmon.
at least it's up to 2 outs with nobody on.
It'll be Nick Salmon, who went down swinging with a couple runners on his first time up back in the first inning. Here's the pitch. Skied foul, out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Despite how high the backstop screen and fence is, there's still plenty of baseballs that make their way over and above the ballpark. Misses down in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike on Salmon. Foresters have done their damage in this inning as they lead by 2. 1-1. Fastball just missed a little off the plate. 2-1. Kolkowski looks to just finish off this inning and head into the dugout and put it behind him. Here's the 2-1. Fastball misses down and away. It's 3-1 on Nick Salmon.
Oftentimes it has been the third inning for Kolkowski that's been where things start to unravel. He allowed 6 runs against the Foresters in the third on July 1st after not allowing any through the first 2.
3-1. Fastball misses upstairs. It's a 2-out walk to Nick Salmon. Second free pass allowed in this inning. The second walk of this game issued by Kolkowski. It's going to be Wyland Nelson now. He drew a walk back in the second inning. And the first pitch. Fastball misses inside, 1-0.
Kolkowski with a couple walks and a hit batter today. The command hasn't been totally pinpoint. It's been present in certain at-bats, though.
Salmon the runner at first with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Misses in the dirt off the mask of Aiden Voiles. 2-0, and Scott Radinsky, the pitching coach for the Oaks, is going out to the mound to talk to Kolkowski.
Yeah, Kolkowski grunted a little on that last pitch and missed his spot badly. So maybe tiring just a little bit. We'll see what the conversation ends up entailing, although Kolkowski's not coming out of the game. He'll try to get a quick inning ender shortly after this.
We talked about it early in the game, but Kolkowski has certainly faced some very tough teams this season. I think that's more of what his numbers may reflect, because he's certainly got great stuff for the Oaks, but Foresters have been making him work, and he's been taking the hit this inning. Well, it's 2-0 on Wyland Nelson. Salmon at first with 2 outs. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 3-0 on Nick Salmon. Wyland Nelson. Kolkowski certainly does not want to issue back-to-back walks here. 3-0. Fastball hits the out in the inside corner. 3-1.
Again, a challenging inning. None of the innings have been particularly easy. First two were really solid for Kolkowski, and he could still make it a good outing if he just gets out of it here.
3-1 on the way. High for ball 4, back-to-back walks issued by Kolkowski.
Now batting, sponsored by
And the
Mr.
second
Beanie.
walk for Nelson
20,
today.
Josh
He's been plenty patient at the
Woodward.
plate.
Now brings up Josh Woodworth, designated hitter. He struck out swinging last inning. Comes in a big spot here for the Conejo Oaks. First pitch misses a little bit low for ball 1. Woodworth batting in a big spot here. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. One ball and no strikes. Kolkowski delivers. Woodworth able to check his swing as that one hopped into the dirt. 2-0 on Joshua Woodworth.
These at-bats have just slowed down a lot, too. Kolkowski not really in much of a rhythm right now. Trying to change that with runners on.
Salmon and Nelson the runners. Woodworth pops it up. On the infield, who wants it? And Voiles drops it. Coming in to score is Salmon. Nelson advances to third. Woodworth at first, and this inning will continue. It's now 3-0 Sturs as Woodworth reaches on the error.
And if that's in fair territory, you just got to catch it. If you're Aiden Voiles, help your pitcher out of a jam, especially with the runners going on 2 outs. Not a great way to keep the inning going on a really infield pop-up.
Fastball high and outside to Mumon. You talk about adding salt to the wound right there.
Yeah,
Mumon had 1-0, and if you're the Foresters, you got to make it keep hurting.
and this is what they've done against the Oaks. They've taken advantage of errors in the field.
1-0, fastball misses low, 2 balls, and no strikes.
Problem is, though, for the Oaks, this is the second time they've had a misplayed pop-up, and it's really tough with the sun. You got beating down on you, can't always see the ball. For Voiles, it fell in his glove, just didn't squeeze at the right time.
2-0. High fly ball into left center field. Underneath it is Owen Mealy, and he is able to make the catch. So the inning is over, but not before the Foresters crank 3 runs against the Oaks. Third one comes via the error. And we now head to the top of the 4th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. We're a third of the way through this game between the Oaks and the Foresters at Eddie Mathews Field in Santa Barbara. The Foresters scored all 3 of their runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning. They lead 3-0. They get that classic start against the Oaks. It'll be Matthew Whitgo to lead things off here in the top of the 4th inning for Conejo.
And Noah Waldeck's had plenty of time to rest after what was a rockier 3rd inning, but he stranded the bases loaded. That was really a momentum shifter for the Foresters, who then took advantage of some fielding misplays by the Oaks. Suddenly they're in a big lead.
First pitch to Whitgo, a fastball hits the strike zone, 0-1. Whitgo grounded out to second base his first time up back in the 2nd inning. And the 0-1 swung on and missed. That one was right above Whitgo's toes. 0-2. 0-2 from Waldeck. Fastball down and in, 1-2. One-two delivery. In the dirt, it's an even 2-2 count now on Matthew Whitgo.
Whitco's been prone to some quality at-bats all season long. We mentioned the 6-game hitting streak.
A swing and a miss. Waldeck ties him up there. Waldeck with strikeout number 5 on the day.
He's practically unhittable. Still is not allowed a run this season in 13 1/3 innings pitched.
It'll be Caden Stillwell. He flew out to right field his first time up. Turns away from that one, a fastball up and in, 1-0. Danny Aguilera waits on deck. Here's the 1-0. Fastball down and away. That one nearly turned Rutenbar all the way around. 2-0. Pitch. Fouled straight back off the top of the screen. 2-1.
Stillwell's been so good at getting contact all season long. This is not a bad spot for the Oaks to have 4, 5, 6 in the order. But Waldeck hasn't looked very vulnerable outside of in the 3rd when the Oaks stranded the bases loaded.
2-1 delivery, and Stillwell takes that one off the back. The first batter that Waldeck has hit on the day, and that's just the 2nd free pass. We'll see if the Oaks can make anything of that.
16 games on base in a row for Caden Stillwell. He's reached base in every game he's played this season.
And one way or another.
Yeah, one way or another. You don't always expect to do it by getting hit by a pitch, but whatever, it all counts the same.
The batter now is Danny Aguilera, who flew out to right field his first time up as well. Oaks loaded the bases in the 3rd inning and could not score. And all those base runners were with 2 outs. There's 1 out here in the top of the 4th. First pitch in the dirt, skips around Rutenbar, and Stillwell is able to take second.
Good hustle from Stillwell. He has just 1 stolen base this season. We'll see if that one's scored as such or not.
1 ball, no strikes, runner at second. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball just misses low to Aguilera, 2-0.
It is indeed a wild pitch for Stillwell to get to second. It's important for him to get in scoring position.
2-0 pitch on the way. Off speed, hits the outside part of the plate, 2-1 now on Aguilera. 2-1 from Waldeck. Aguilera checks his swing. It's now 3-1.
Walk here could get the game-tying run to the plate. Just one out.
Stillwell with great speed at second. 3-1 pitch. Fastball right on the outside part of the plate. The count is now full. You know, Waldeck's had some batters that have made him work, but for the most part, he's been able to climb back and really attack at these Oaks hitters well. Here's the 3-2. A swing and a miss. Aguilera goes fishing for that one. Hustles to first. The throw made down by Carter Rutenbar for out number 2.
6 strikeouts today for Waldeck is so impressive. He got Aguilera to chase at one that could have easily been ball 4. Bill Pintard is coming out to talk to Waldeck, so maybe his day's done here. Maybe he's reached a pitch limit. His last at-bat put him over 50 pitches, so if it's 50 until the end of the at-bat for him today, he could be done, but remains to be seen if that's actually the case or not.
May just be one of those occasional check-in mound visits, not necessarily because Pintard feels he needs to visit per se, but just to check in with his pitcher. He hasn't been a traditional starter this season. This is his first start on the mound.
I mean, but he's adjusted really well, done a great job, and really stepped into the role. Only started 3 times in his career at St. Mary's. So yeah, usually a bullpen guy or an opener.
So Aiden Voiles gets his second looks at the plate. He went down looking his first time up. Last inning in the 3rd. And the first pitch. Voiles smacks one into center field for a base hit. And Stillwell getting the wave. Throw home is off the glove of Rutenbar into the backstop. Voiles takes second. And the Oaks are on the board. It's now 3-1 Foresters on an RBI single by Aiden Voiles.
Man, great job by Voiles. Knocks in back-to-back games. That one barely squeaked through. And of course, important for him to advance to second on the throw as well. But the Oaks clutching up with runners in scoring position. Super, super important base hit.
Now brings up Grant Rodriguez to face Waldeck, and it's now Voiles at second. First pitch. Chopper to second base. Klepsch takes the hop, throws to first in time for out number 3. Oaks do get on the board. It's 3-1 Santa Barbara as we head to the bottom of the 4th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. 3-1 Foresters as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Jaden Kolkowski's day is done after 3 innings. He just ran into a bit too much trouble in the bottom of the third inning, allowed 3 runs to the Foresters. One of those was unearned. He yields way to Caden Ceramic, making his 8th pitching appearance on the season. He has started 1 game. He is 1-0 on the season so far. He's got a 4.05 ERA, and his 1 win on the season came on July 7th, this past Tuesday against the Santa Maria Indians, where he pitched 2 innings, allowed just 1 hit.
Yeah, he's had a good season so far. Sometimes struggled a little bit with the control, and other times it's been him trying to get the velocity up a little bit more on his fastball. But overall, he's got a good pitch mix, 2-seam fastball, slider, cutter, and changeup. And at 6'7", he's an imposing figure on the mound, and spent time at Oklahoma State, redshirted there, and now looking for a new home. And against the Foresters, a great lineup. This is a really good chance to show what he's got.
So Ceramic looking to mold out a clean inning of work here. And the first pitch, a fastball upstairs to Makani Nabarro. Nabarro was the only Forester who did not get a plate appearance last inning, as the Stars batted 8 in their 3-run rally. Fastball misses up and in. Ball to that hits the corner rather for a strike. One offering. Off speed. Right on the inside corner. The count now 1-2 on Nabarro. One, 2 on the way. Nabarro reaches out and pokes that one foul. So it's 1-2 on Nabarro as the Foresters look to carry on with their momentum that they built very strongly last inning. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ceramic comes home. Nabarro fouls that one off, and this at-bat will continue.
This is a good approach, though, for Ceramic, because we talked about at times the command being an issue. He's given up 4+ free passes in 3 of his appearances this season.
1-2 pitch. Fastball up and away, 2-2. Nabarro, one of several returners for the Santa Barbara Foresters from last summer. A lot of familiarity at this ballpark among your players gives another unique advantage. 2-2 pitch misses just a little bit low. It's now a full count on Nabarro, the center fielder.
The command has almost been there for Ceramic. His pitches are around the zone. Good plate discipline from Nabarro, really making him work to a full count.
Payoff pitch. Ground ball up the middle, past the diving Rodriguez and into center field for a base hit. Good start for the Foresters as Nabarro has himself a leadoff knock.
And that one just narrowly skirted through. Really great effort by Rodriguez. But Nabarro's fight is the story of that at-bat. And again, that's another one of those little moments that can change things if you look back and realize later if the Foresters do end up getting a big inning out of this.
Carter Rutenbar, the batter. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Here's the pitch. That hits the outside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Well, the Foresters get their leadoff man on. We'll see how they can carry on from there. Here's the 0-1. Nabarro started going, but retreated, and the pitch misses in the dirt for ball 1. Runner at first, nobody out. 1-1 pitch. Chopped foul right into the Foresters' dugout. So Rutenbar behind in the count, 1-2.
Well, it feels like Ceramic has really been locating very well to start this game. Start his appearance, that is. Just not afraid to attack even against top hitters.
Nabarro at first with tremendous speed. Rutenbar behind, 1-2 in the count. Ceramic deals. That hits Nabarro. Right on, it braces him on the arm. So the Foresters with 2 on and nobody out, and the hit batters, well, particularly in the third inning, the hit batsman of Sandusky was really what set the tone for the inning and spelled what ended up being a 3-run inning.
Yeah, and that's an important one there, too, for the Foresters because it was a 1-2 count, and then Ceramic fell into hitting Rutenbar. And not a great spot for the Oaks to be in. 2 on, no outs.
Runner at second. Runners at first and second, and nobody out. First pitch grounded to second. Rodriguez throws to second for 1. Nagy to first. Safe at first as Joseph Sandusky is able to hustle it out. He reaches on the fielder's choice. They get the middleman. That's Rutenbar. So it's first and third with 1 out.
Wow, that was a really good hustle play by Sandusky. It looked like double play material, and the Oaks turned it quickly. Just couldn't quite get it to first on time.
Now brings up Addison Klepsch. First pitch misses downstairs, 1-0. Well, the Oaks a double play away from getting out of this inning with no runs. A deep fly ball would give the Foresters a 3-run lead. 1-0. There goes the runner. Throw down to second. Cut off. Throw to the plate is in time. They got him. Well, this time the deke works as Sandusky took off to steal second, and Makani Nabarro took off for the plate on the throw, and the Oaks gunned him down.
Yeah, and the double steal, you see it sometimes, trying to get a guy to throw to second so the other guy can come home. Didn't love it in that scenario for the Foresters. Not a run they needed to put across in that way.
There's a strike right on the outside corner, 1-2. So now all of a sudden, the momentum has shifted the Oaks' way in this inning. 1-2 runner at second and 2 outs. One, 2 to Klepsch. Off speed, misses outside. It's now 2-2. Sandusky at second with 2 outs. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, tipped right into the glove of Voiles for out number 3. Well, the Foresters threatened and looked like they were going to have a big opportunity, but the steal play in which the Oaks deked Nabarro into coming home paid off, and the Oaks get out of that inning unscathed. 3-1 is your score. We head to the 5th. Stay tuned. 4 innings done. Noah Waldeck returns for his 5th inning of work for the Santa Barbara Foresters, and for Waldeck, that would be his game high, as this is his first start of the season.
Yeah, and his first time going 4 innings, let alone 5. Shows how good he's been today, but he did allow a run last inning and looked vulnerable. And after the Foresters somehow went scoreless on that attempted double steal that didn't work, it's a chance for the Oaks to get back some momentum.
First pitch is a strike. Off speed to Zach Nagy. No balls and 1 strike. Well, Nagy singled right up the middle his first time up. Looks at a ball downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Foresters, they had an opportunity to score in the bottom of the 4th inning. They had runners at the corners with 1 out. As the pitch to Nagy is popped up into short center, and the catch is made by the shortstop, Sandusky. But in that bottom of the 4th inning, it was 1st and 3rd and 1 out. Sandusky was able to steal second, but on the throw to second, Nabarro actually attempted to come home, a decision that wasn't totally that necessary in the opinion of Calvin and I, but he was tagged out at home. Owen Mealy, the batter now. He looks at an off-speed strike over the plate, and it's decisions like that that I think the Foresters definitely want to be careful of, because people may have seen what happened to the Foresters last night as Mealy checks a swing, 1 ball, 1 strike. The Foresters had a 6-5 loss to the Riptide last night. It was a game in which the Foresters were up 4-0 until the 7th inning. Here's the 1-1, a swing and a miss by Mealy as Waldeck climbs the ladder and gets him to chase. Foresters were up 4-0 until the 7th inning of that game. Then the Riptide scored 2, silenced the Foresters in the 8th, and then the Riptide scored 4 in the bottom of the 8th inning, making the score 6-4 at the time. Foresters were able to manufacture just 1 run in that top of the 9th inning, but ultimately fell short.
Yeah, it was a great win for the Riptide, and Foresters have been fantastic this season, but can't afford mistakes.
1-2 pitch, a check swing, and they say Mealy did not go around, so it's an even 2-2 count. Two from Waldeck. Mealy chops that right off of himself.
Well, credit to Owen Mealy for keeping the at-bat going for a long time. We thought Waldeck might be done after last inning, but he's still out there. Next pitch will be his 65th.
The 2-2. Fastball just missed off the plate. It's a full count now on Mealy. Three-two pitch. Line drive into right field. Caught in the air by Nick Salmon. Thought that had a chance to get down, but it hung up just long enough for Salmon to get in position to make the catch.
Well, it was really well hit.
Just
couldn't hit it into a gap. Still good at bat from Owen Mealy. Sometimes those aren't going to drop. Sometimes they will. Credit to Waldeck for getting 2 outs in as many batters.
Tyler Antwine looks at a fastball strike right down the pipe. 0-1. And we'll see how much longer Noah Waldeck goes in this game. It'll be really interesting to see. Here's the 0-1. Misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Antwine is a bat that has definitely been emerging a lot more lately for the Oaks. The 1-1. Chopper to third. Mumaw fires to first just in time to get Tyler Antwine. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Noah Waldeck. That sends us to the bottom of the 5th. We're about halfway through this game. It's 3-1 Foresters. Stay tuned. 3-1 Santa Barbara leads as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Caden Ceramic enters his 2nd inning of work. He did not have a perfect inning by any means in the bottom of the 4th, but he was supported by his defense immensely as the Foresters attempted what ended up being a double steal attempt with Joseph Sandusky stealing second. He got there, and Nagy came up in front of the second base bag as Nabarro attempted to go home on the throw. And Nagy's throw was just about perfect and beat Nabarro at home to get a big second out. And right after that, Ceramic was able to fan Klepch.
Yeah, it changed the momentum a lot for the Oaks. It was just the opportunity they needed to make a big play, and that really helped Caden Ceramic get a scoreless inning, and definitely a mistake in hindsight, as we talked about, by the Foresters.
And the Foresters, while they've had a perfect record against the Oaks this season, they're definitely not going to want to make more of those today. Cole Chamberlain leads things off. He looks at a ball upstairs, 1-0. Chamberlain 0 for 2 with a pop out to short and a fly out to right. The 1-0. Chamberlain looks at a strike that hits the upper part of the zone, 1-1.
And regardless, it was still a pretty good inning for Caden Ceramic. He got pretty good control outside of the one-hit batter.
1-1 pitch. Fly ball twisting foul to the right side. Beyond the Foresters bullpen.
Might have hit the taco truck that the Foresters have.
Ah.
Hopefully the tacos are okay.
It didn't sound like a taco was hit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Ceramic comes home. Off speed, misses upstairs, 2-2. Count even at 2. Ceramic comes home. Off speed again, misses upstairs. It's a full count on Cole Chamberlain. Nick Salmon waits on deck. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Grounded sharply to second. Grant Rodriguez throws to first for out number 1.
Always good when you can keep the ball on the ground, and that's a great start to the inning for Caden Ceramic.
Nick Salmon.
He looks really dialed in so far this inning. It's helped to get some little bit of cooling off at this field too. Probably eases the fatigue on these players just a little bit.
First pitch to Nick Salmon, a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Salmon 0 for 1. He drew a walk his last time up. And Salmon skies that one foul to the left side. It will float on out of play. Salmon was the 3rd runner to score in that inning. 1-1 delivery. Misses downstairs, 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the Foresters will definitely should look to get some more insurance here. 2-1 on the way. Salmon takes a hack and misses. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Ceramic takes a little bit of time, steps off Nick Salmon. He redshirted his freshman year at UCSB, and then Salmon transferred to Golden West College, where he pitched in 2026. Here's the 2-2. Misses down and in. It's a full count now. Salmon graduated from Corona Del Mar High School. 3-2 coming. And Salmon fouls that one right off the fence backwards in foul territory. Still a full count.
Almost hit him bouncing back. I wonder if that's happened at this field before. You get one bouncing off the top of the screen and it goes back and hits the guy who hit it. It's like a couple feet from Nick Salmon down the first base line.
It'll be another 3-2 coming from Ceramic. Here it is. And Salmon fouls off another, and this at-bat will continue.
Good job by Salmon, just reeling these pitches in, one after the other, getting the long at-bats. This is the type of thing that wore down Jaden Kolkowski earlier in the game, to where it was just a lot of fatigue and kind of went through a slow third inning where the Foresters were able to put some across.
Another payoff pitch. Salmon grounds it up the middle. Rodriguez comes up a little bit short on the slide. Nick Salmon reaches with a one-out single.
Well, Salmon really fought in that long at-bat. Shattered Ceramic's hopes of a strikeout and just put it in play. We saw a similar single from Makani Nabarro in the fourth to start that inning. And it really hurts as a pitcher when you go through a long at-bat like that and can't quite get the out despite throwing strikes. But that's the type of discipline you see from a lot of guys in this Foresters lineup.
That now brings up Wylan Nelson for the Foresters. First pitch. Fastball misses outside, 1-0. So Salmon, the runner at first. He's there with one out. As Wylan Nelson. He has drawn ball 4 twice today. 1-0. Skied left side in fair territory. Nagy calls it off and makes the catch for out number 2.
Well, that was not a family-friendly reaction from Wylan Nelson after that pop-up. But he showed a lot of frustration, as you could probably hear, with popping that ball up and not getting great contact. So, certainly a good chance for the Oaks to get out of things. Only a runner on first with 2 outs. We've seen the Foresters get guys in scoring position after singles a lot today.
It'll be Joshua Woodworth. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Runner at first with 2 outs. There goes Salmon. Throw down to second. Hops over Rodriguez's glove into center field. A stolen base for Nick Salmon. Here's the pitch from Ceramic. Fouled straight back by Woodworth. Makes it an 0-2 count. Pressure is on both Ceramic and Woodworth. Ceramic looking to end this inning. Woodworth looking to give the Foresters some insurance here. Salmon, the runner at second. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, gets by Voiles, and down to third goes Nick Salmon.
Advancing these runners has helped the Foresters all day. Important again there. Salmon has plenty of speed.
Count is now 1-2 on Josh Woodworth. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball in the air to center field, chasing Mealy back some steps. He goes back, it's over his head and up against the wall. Salmon scores. Woodworth pulls up at second for a 2-out RBI double. It is 4-1 Santa Barbara.
Well, what a time to get your first extra base hit of the day. Josh Woodworth Got a really big poke on that one. And the Foresters offense is back awake again. Really big hit. Get it with 2 outs, extend the lead.
Brings up Easton Mumaw. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out. First pitch he sees. Fastball misses low for a ball, 1-0. Woodworth stands at second with 2 outs now. Here's the 1-0. Fastball just misses off the plate. It's now 2-0 on Mumaw. Ceramic deals. Fouled straight back against the screen. It's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Really, though, for Ceramic, he's only had 1 at-bat end in a truly bad way. Obviously, the single from Salmon wasn't ideal, but it wasn't really hard contact. It kind of just trickled through the infield.
Woodworth at second with 2 outs. Here's the 2-1. Mumaw skies one foul to the left side. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Woodworth stands at second. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Foresters up by 3. 2-2. There goes Woodworth, and a line drive, base hit right back up the middle. Woodworth around third, he'll score standing up, and it's now 5-1 Foresters.
Just a perfect hit and run by the Foresters. Woodworth was already blazing before the pitch got to the plate, and Mumaw poked it into center and helped him score easily. This is vintage Foresters stuff in the 5th. Their largest lead of the day now.
That's just textbook hitting right there from Easton Mumaw. Saw that off-speed pitch, was able to straighten out and adjust, and just ripped it up the middle. Now it's Makani Nabarro. With 2 outs, here's the first pitch. It's a fastball that misses low for a ball, 1-0. Nabarro 1 for 2 with a single back in the 4th inning. 1-0. Nabarro skies one, shallow right center field. Coming in is the right fielder, Antwine, to make the catch. So the inning is over, but not before the Foresters manufacture 2 more runs as they lead 5-1 over the Oaks. We now enter the 6th inning. Stay tuned. 5 innings in the books. And Noah Waldeck's day on the mound is done. He throws 5 terrific innings of 1-run ball. And Waldeck strikes out 6 batters for Conejo. He yields way to the right-hander Carter Spites. And what an outstanding performance it was for Waldeck.
Yeah, it was really good. He allowed his first run all season, but basically no blemishes other than that. 3 hits, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. He's not normally a huge strikeout guy, but he was getting him today and just really dominating the Oaks. Fastball was blazing. All the other pitches were working. He looked almost unhittable against almost every Oaks hitter.
Well, Carter Spites making his 7th appearance on the mound this summer. He's got 1 save, has not allowed a run. And first pitch to Tyson Reese leading things off. Missed outside. Here's the 1-0 from Spites. Fastball just inside. 2-0.
Well, just like Waldeck, Spites enters the game having not allowed a run at all this season.
To Reese. Fastball outside. It's now 3-0 on Tyson Reese. Carter Spites was last seen on July 5th in a non-league game against the Coastal Dodgers, in which the Foresters narrowly won 7-6. Pitch to Tyson Reese, misses outside, a 4-pitch walk.
Great job for Reese, but yeah, talking about that Coastal Dodgers game, we were talking about that before the broadcast. It just shows you the wide range of outcomes you can see in baseball. The Oaks beat that team 15-0 in an exhibition. And of course, they've lost to the Foresters 4 times this season, but they took the Foresters 10 innings to beat the Dodgers, who scored a run in the top of the 10th and almost won. That's a team made up of mostly high school graduates who haven't entered college yet. Would have been a mammoth upset.
Fastball outside to Whitgo, and how amazing is that for these, late high schoolers and up-and-coming college students? I mean, that just gives you, that's tremendous practice for you right there. Great exposure to how competitive college baseball is, especially at the D1 level. The pitch to Whitgo, a fastball on the inside corner for a strike.
Absolutely. You jump in over the summer and you're facing top D1 guys, and then 10 innings later, you're still hanging with them and almost win. I mean, that it had to have felt good for the Coastal Dodgers, despite what ended up being a loss.
1-1 pitch. Fastball outside, throw down to first, and Reese able to get back safely. Carter Rutenbar started going out to the mound and going to have a little visit.
Yeah, so far the location hasn't totally been there for Spites, and the Oaks will take it. They really just want to make things tough early. Waldeck settled into a rhythm, had 2 quick innings where he threw just 18 pitches combined to start the game, and that set the tone for the rest of his outing. The Oaks are not out of this, but they'd like to start getting it going in the 6th.
3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Whitgo. Spites deals. Fastball misses low. Beg your pardon, now it's 3-1 to Whitgo. Reese the runner at first, nobody out. Good start to the inning for the Oaks. Here's the 3-1. Fastball hits the inside corner. It's now a full count on Matthew Whitgo.
He's still searching for that first hit today. Riding the 6-game hitting streak, 5 multi-hit days in that span. 2 3-hit days in that span.
3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed. Whitgo goes down swinging for the first out.
Well, that's a great strikeout for Spites. You go down 3-1 after already allowing a walk and still have the attack mentality necessary to get back and strike out one of the Oaks' top hitters, who's batting .400 entering today. Well done.
Caden Stillwell, 0 for 1 on the day. He was hit by a pitch his last time up in the 4th. First pitch, a fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. The 0-1. That's grounded fair down the left field line for a base hit. Reese taking the turn. He's heading to third, and he will be stopped there as Stillwell hustles into second. He's got a one-out double.
Caden Stillwell's just inevitable at the plate. Another hit for him. That's 7 in his past 3 games. And the first extra base hit for the Oaks. What a way to start this inning against a new pitcher. It's all about establishing the momentum early, making them have a long inning to start things off. It's just a 4-run game, and 2 runners are in scoring position. What a spot.
Second and third, just 1 out. It's Danny Aguilera who's yet to get a hit today. And he lines one to right field in front of Salmon for a base hit. In to score Reese. And Stillwell stopped at third. It's now a 3-run ball game on an RBI single by Danny Aguilera.
Well, that was a great announcer's jinx, getting him the hit. Of course, it was Danny Aguilera all responsible for that. Ultimately, a great approach by him at the plate. Really good attack mentality early in the count.
Number 2, Aiden
And
Boyles.
why not just swing at the first pitch and knock one into right field? You see what you like. Good aggressiveness. That's what has served Aguilera best all season.
Aiden Voiles the batter. He had an RBI single his last time up in the 4th inning. And Voiles now represents the tying run. Spites seeing some trouble here. First pitch, a fastball outside, 1-0.
And this is surprising from Spites. 7 innings scoreless entering today, and then he's kind of getting bounced around so far this inning, although he still has a chance to just allow 1 run.
Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses upstairs. It's 2-0.
Voiles had a really good hit in the 4th. That drove in a run. It's the lone run for the Oaks today.
First and third with 1 out. 2-0 to Voiles. Swung on and missed. It's now a 2-1 count. Still a hitter's count for Voiles. Spites looking to work his way out of trouble. Here's the 2-1. High chopper to short. A run will score. Throw to second for the force of Aguilera. And there's 2 outs in the inning, but in to score is Stillwell to make it a 2-run game.
Still a fine play for Aiden Voiles. The lead runner gets wiped off, but he has 2 RBIs. And it's still the game-tying run at the plate, and Grant Rodriguez more of a tough battle to get things home with 2 outs now, but nothing's impossible.
Rodriguez 0 for 2 with a couple of groundouts. Voiles on first. Pitch off speed hits the upper outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Grounder to the right side. Played by Kleps at second, and he throws to first. For out number 3, the Oaks get a pair. It's 5-3 Foresters as we now head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay right here. Bottom of the 6th inning, it's 5-3 Foresters. Oaks with a new pitcher. Caden Ceramic's day is done after 2 innings. He allowed 2 in the 5th inning. It's now the right-hander Kyle Zahn coming out of 1 year at Cal Lutheran University in his freshman year. After graduating from Grace High School, Kyle Zahn, his 1 year at Cal Lu, made 4 pitching appearances, composed an 18.0 ERA. Comes into today having pitched pretty well for the Oaks this summer as well.
Yeah, he's been great. A 1.8 ERA with the Oaks, so divide his Cal Lu ERA, which was in a very limited sample size, to be fair to him, by 10, and you've got what he's done for the Oaks this summer. Headed to Ventura College to play for David Solis next year, and he's really shown tons of potential on the mound. Fastball, curveball, changeup mix, and he's really used those 3 pitches well.
Number 8, Carter Rutenbar.
Now brings up Carter Rutenbar, top of the order to lead things off for the Foresters in the bottom of the 6th. As Rutenbar steps into today, 1 for 2 on the day.
Take 2. Nothing goes on.
First pitch to Rutenbar, misses in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the Foresters have played a very strong offensive game today. They scored 3 in the bottom of the 3rd, 2 last inning in the 5th. And the pitch, fastball down and in. 2 balls and no strikes on Rutenbar. Kyle's on his first inning of the day. Deals the 2-0. A big swing and a miss by Rutenbar. It's now 2-1. Two-one pitch on the way. Fastball misses low. 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike the count. Zahn delivers. Fouled back and out of play. It's now a full count on Rutenbar. He singled back in the 1st inning, took a ball off the shoulder in the 4th. A full count pitch. Rutenbar lines a ball out to left center field. Coming in is Stillwell. He lays out and can't make the catch. Rutenbar hustles into second base. He's got himself a leadoff double.
Carter Rutenbar with the leadoff double.
That might have been catchable in left field. It was just one that got Stillwell a little turned around. He didn't have the best dive at it. And a little too aggressive from Stillwell to let Rutenbar get a double. Rutenbar's such a tough out, and Kyle Zahn almost had it. But instead, it's a great start in response for the Foresters, who allowed 2 runs in the top of the inning.
Joseph Sandusky, the shortstop, making his 4th plate appearance. He was hit by a pitch back in the 3rd inning. He reached on a fielder's choice his last time up in the 4th. Runner at second, nobody out. First pitch, fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Rutenbar at second has very good speed for a catcher. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball in the air to right field. Drifting Antwine back a bit. He's able to make the catch by the track. Tagging at second and going to third is Rutenbar for out number 1. A very productive first out for the Foresters.
Yeah, well hit ball by Sandusky. His second nice fly ball to right field. Still no hits for him today, but he's reached on a hit by pitch and done his job there.
Now that brings up Addison Klepsch.
I'm just called time to get the music off.
That's the first time we've seen that today. So a runner at third with one out. The Oaks infield is in as they are still chasing 2 runs. The pitch. Off speed misses upstairs. 1-0 the count to Klepsch. Klepsch with a couple of hits on the day. Began the day 2 for 2. Had an RBI single back in the 3rd inning. A hit on which he ended up going to third on the throw home that got to the backstop. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses downstairs. It's 2-0. Two-0 pitch. Fastball down and away. It's now 3-0 on Addison Klepsch. Well, a walk to Klepsch here wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing for the Oaks if they can get the benefit of it.
Or if the Foresters try another double steal.
Here's the 3-0. That one is whacked to left field. Stillwell is there to make the catch. Tagging at third. Coming home is Rutenbar. Throw to the plate is not quite in time. It's a sac fly for Addison Klepsch. Great play in left field to throw it into the cutoff man, Aguilera. Aguilera fired a strike home, but somehow Rutenbar just barely beat that tag.
Man, it really looked like they just about had him. They had to be perfect. Stillwell to Aguilera to go get him at home, and the tag was really good from Voiles. Just a split second too late. That was really close.
Well, it ends up being a big insurance run for the Foresters. Cole Chamberlain swings and misses for strike one. Chamberlain hitless on the day. A couple of flyouts and a ground out. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just off the plate for ball 1. One ball, one strike with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on the way, and Chamberlain goes fishing at that one that dipped low. It's 1-2, and you almost have to go back to that ball. It was the diving attempt from Stillwell on left. I mean, if he just keeps it in front of him, you've got, perhaps still a runner at first. Who knows? Here's the 1-2. Misses upstairs, goes to the backstop. Doesn't matter because there's no one on base. It's 2-2.
This is still a gotta-have out for Kyle Zahn. We've seen too many times 2-out rallies from teams all throughout the CCL this season that start with something small.
Here's a 2-2. Fastball misses low for ball 3. Full count now on Chamberlain. We'll see if he can keep this inning going and if the Sirs will make anything of that. The 3-2 pitch is whacked foul to the right side.
Another 3-2 count where Kyle Zahn's getting a test. That's what happened from Carter Rutenbar. Cole Chamberlain's doing the same thing here.
Another full count pitch. In the dirt for ball 4. A 2-out walk to Cole Chamberlain.
Great at-bat, 7 pitches.
Of the Ellison Co., number 15.
Nick Salmon's been a threat today as he comes up to the plate with a single and a walk.
Chamberlain, the runner at first. We'll see if the Foresters are able to make Zahn pay for the walk. First pitch to Salmon. Misses in the dirt for a ball, 1-0. Chamberlain at first with 2 outs. Forster's up by 3. 1-0. High fly ball, right center field. That's hit well, back to the wall, and she is gone. Nick Salmon with his 2nd home run of the season, a 2-run blast out to right center field, and the Foresters have extended their lead to 5 runs. It is 8-3 Santa Barbara.
Well, Owen Mealy knew that was gone from the jump in center field. He didn't even try to go after it, and it exceeded the fence by a lot. Nick Salmon, the huge home run, and the Foresters have all the momentum back. Oaks have been silenced here in the 6th.
Well, there's your consequence for the Cole Chamberlain walk right there. We talked about it before. It goes to show you how much walks can hurt pitchers and hit by pitches. First pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Wylan Nelson. He's 0 for 1 on the day with 2 walks. Josh Woodworth waits on deck should it reach him. The 0-1. Grounded foul to the right side.
Well, this one's not at all over, but what a way for the Foresters to bounce back after the Oaks put across 2 unexpected runs in the 6th. Foresters have felt pretty comfortably in front for the majority of this game.
There's some Forester kids already going out to search for that ball.
They'll get there. They're in the general spot right now.
0-2 pitch, off speed, misses upstairs, 1-2.
I don't think they're looking. Only the kid in the yellow shirt out there is looking in the right spot. Well, now they're all figuring it out.
Yeah.
Well, they'll get to it soon.
Oh, I'm sure. Here's the 1-2. Skied out to left field. Coming in is Stillwell. He's not going to get it. He has to play it on a hop. And this inning will continue as it's a 2-out single for Wylan Nelson. That's his first hit of the ball game.
Well, Stillwell wasn't going to risk diving at one again. We know what Josh Woodworth did last time. As he's coming up now, he had a towering double into center, past Owen Mealy.
Yeah, Woodworth definitely came through his last time up. Wylan Nelson at first. And that is a foul ball as that hit the knob of the bat rather than the hand of Woodworth. You could hear that pretty distinctly from here.
Yeah. And as long as it hit the knob first, then it is a foul ball, even if it does hit the hand. But if it hits the hand and then somehow knocks into the bat. I mean, the Foresters dugout's talking about this, but I think the home plate umpire got it right.
Yeah, he's just checking Woodworth's hand right now.
But again, if it hits the hand after it hits the knob, it doesn't matter. It's still a foul ball. Just trying to see if he's okay for the most part.
Yeah, that's what it is more than anything. No balls, 1 strike. Nelson at first. Here's the 0-1. That misses low for a ball, 1-1. Two outs in the bottom of the 6th inning. Foresters have gotten some key insurance here. 1-1 pitch. Fastball hits the lower part of the zone. It's now 1-2. One-two on the way, a swing and a miss. So this long 6th inning is over. Kyle Zahn pulls through in the end, but not before allowing 3 runs, thanks in large part to the 2-run bomb by Nick Salmon. We head to the 7th innings. We're 2/3 of the way there. Stay tuned. 6 innings in the books, and the Foresters came up with a big 3-run 6th inning. The sac fly hit to left field by Addison Klepsch, and there was the 2-run bomb by Nick Salmon out to right center field. Zach Nagy will lead off the top of the 7th for the Oaks. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a single. First pitch, fastball just misses off the plate, 1-0. Well, the Oaks have certainly not been silenced offensively. They've scored a few runs of their own. It's just the Foresters, they've really climbed the ladder. 1-0. Fastball misses down and in. 2-0.
Nagy already has a hit today. He showed he can do it on this field.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses inside. It's 3-0. Pitch to Nagy, and fastball in there for a strike, 3-1.
Spites didn't have his strongest inning to start his outing, allowing the first 2 runs of his season.
3-1 on the way. Grounded left side. That's a fair ball past the glove of Mumaw. Nagy turning it on and heading to second, and he'll pull up there. And it'll be interesting to see how they score that. It was a tough play for Mumaw.
Number 24.
And they're calling it an error in the live stats. That's surprising.
I don't agree with that. I think that's a double
either.
for Zach Nagy, and unfortunate for his average, but either way, in the game, it ultimately ends up being the same thing, and really well done by Nagy to get the ball in play. Went up from 3-0 to 3-1, and he stayed poised and got it down the line.
Yeah, that's almost a tough call in scoring, even in the big leagues. First pitch, a fastball, misses inside to Owen Mealy. Well, in any case, Zach Nagy does his job and gets on base. One ball, no strikes on Mealy. Here it comes, and a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oaks have got 5 runs to go to tie this game at least, but they certainly have had a good start in this inning on the Nagy double. 1-1. That's driven.
A heck of a play over at short by Sandusky, but he might be charged with an error for that one, and it certainly pulled Nelson off the back. It was very close. Unless there's an issue with the runner maybe running into Nelson, I don't see what the argument is here.
Certainly a great play on the diving side by Joseph Sandusky. He just couldn't get that throw on the mark.
And that one scored a single. So I'm not sure. I think it should have been the other way around, but you know, either way for the Oaks, all they really care about is coming back in this game.
Brings up Tyler Antwine. First pitch. Line drive to left field. It's going to be caught out there by Chamberlain, and Nagy had tagged but stayed at first. Wise decision there. It's a big first out for the Foresters.
Yeah, that was a smart decision by Nagy to stay. Just not quite deep enough. Would have been cause for trouble, but the Oaks are really in a good spot. Really wanting to drive both these runs home, make it interesting again.
It'll be Tyson Reese now with first and third and 1 out. First pitch. Reese lines one into right field for a base hit. In to score Nagy. Going first to third is Mealy. He'll arrive standing up. And it's an 8-4 ball game on an RBI single by Tyson Reese. Not a bad way to break an 0 for 2 standing at the plate after he had struck out twice.
The Oaks are doing what they need to do, swinging early in at-bats. And this is a really surprising performance from Carter Spites, who has been so good all season, looking very vulnerable in these past 2 innings, and he's going to get a meeting at the mound because of it. Credit to the Conejo Oaks, just attacking the plate. The Nagy hit/error, whatever you want to call it, down the line was a really great approach to start the 7th. Mealy with the hustle, really making that play close at first, and then Tyson Reese with a good old-fashioned knock into the outfield. And Antwine was close to one, too. He just happened to have it a little too far up.
Yeah, the ball that Antwine hit was hit pretty well. Just hung up just long enough for Chamberlain to come in, shallow enough to keep Nagy at third for the time being, and then, of course, Reese was able to drive him in.
And it's not the day for Carter Spites. Every pitcher has off days, and for Spites, this is not typical because he had 6 outings and didn't allow a run in any of them this season. He gets to stay out there, and why not, if you're Matthew Whitko, get ready to try to pounce even further.
It's first and third, still 1 out. It's a 4-run game, and with one swing of the bat, Whitko could make this a 1-run game and make this game far more interesting. Caden Stillwell waits on deck. And if there's one thing the Sturs could use here, it is a double play. First pitch, fastball down and away, 1-0. One-0 pitch. Chopped right off of himself. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's an 0 for 3 day for Whitko. It's almost never something we hear about him. With a total of 13 hits in his last 6 entering today.
One ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Misses downstairs. It's now 2-1 on Whitko.
With Stillwell on deck, the Oaks really would like Whitko to get on here. Stillwell's been red hot at the plate today. Feels like he can almost always get good contact.
2-1 on the way. This is down and in. Throw down to first, and Tyson Reese just gets back in there safely. That was real close.
Wow, that was by inches. He was safe, but not by much.
That would have been a huge out for the Foresters. So it's still 2-1 on Whitko. Spite steals. Fastball outside. I beg your pardon, that was a 3-1 pitch, and it's ball 4. So the bases are now loaded, and Caden Stillwell will step to the plate representing the tying run, but it looks like Spite's day is done. So Bill Pintard walks out to the mound to relieve Spites, and we will have a new pitcher coming in. We'll step aside for now. We'll be right back. So Carter Spites ends up going an inning and a third. And he runs into his fair share of trouble as he allowed 2 runs in the 6th, and so far has allowed 1 run in this inning, but all 3 runners on base belong to him. So his line is not officially done yet. And he yields way to Joey Wittig, the righty reliever for the Santa Barbara Foresters, looking to get the Sturs out of this mess that Spites left for him. Rising senior at Louisiana Tech, making his 8th appearance on the mound this season. He is 3-0. He has composed a 2.7 ERA. He was the winning pitcher in the games for Santa Barbara against MLB Academy on June 13th, San Diego Waves on June 18th, and then against the Menlo Park Legends on June 28th. So he comes in a big spot, a lot of pressure he's facing.
Yeah, this is a really tough spot for any pitcher to be in, especially when you're facing a guy like Caden Stillwell, who already has a double today and got hit by a pitch as well. Stillwell just needs a knock right here. Want to take advantage with the bases loaded and 1 out. You don't know how many more chances like this you can get, and the Oaks have already stranded the bases loaded once this game.
It's not a feat they look to replicate, and the first pitch to Stillwell. Stillwell guesses wrong as he sword swings and misses that one. Stillwell does represent the tying run. The dangerous Danny Aguilera waits on deck. Mealy at third, Reese at second, and Whitgo at first. Here's the 0-1. Down and away, throw down to first, not in time. It's a 1-1 count on Caden Stillwell. Bases loaded with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Fastball inside, 2-1 on Stillwell.
Oaks dugout really getting active now. Pretty good spot for the number 5 hitter.
Bases loaded, 1 out. Mealy, Reese, and Whitgo the runners. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play by Sandusky at short to get the force at second. That's all the Sturs will get. In to score is Mealy. It's an 8-5 ball game.
Well, that certainly helps a little bit. The Oaks would have liked a base hit, but credit to Stillwell for putting it in play and still driving in 1, hustling down to avoid the double play.
Yeah, the Oaks certainly not lucky it wasn't a double play. We'll see how much of a difference maker that is in this inning. It's now Danny Aguilera. First pitch. Aguilera looks at a ball upstairs, and Spites lost the ball for a second, but was able to keep it close to him. 1-0 on Aguilera, who drove an RBI single through the right side his last time up. Here's the 1-0. Misses just a little bit outside, 1-1. 2-0.
Aguilera pounced on the first pitch he saw last at-bat for the RBI single, so already a longer at-bat for him now.
Two-0 to DA. Chopper left side. Nice pick by Muma at third. The throw to first in time to get Aguilera. The Oaks manufacture a couple of runs. And we now head to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here at Eddie Mathews Field. It's 8-5 Foresters. Stay tuned. It's the bottom of the 7th inning, and Kyle Zahn returns for his second inning of work after he really had to work to finish last inning. He allowed 3 runs on the sac fly, and there was the 2-run homer from Nick Salmon. Easton Mumaw leading things off for the Foresters. First pitch, fastball, misses outside, 1-0.
It was a tough inning for Kyle Zahn with the home run allowed. He's been throwing some good heat and almost got out of the inning, but it was a walk with 2 outs that eventually doomed him with the home run following.
1-0 misses downstairs, 2-0. Yeah, that's the thing. It's the walks. Again, I mean, if Zahn doesn't walk Chamberlain there, if he gets him out, it's seemingly harmless, and that probably just makes it a 1-run game. The 2-0. Misses upstairs. A good eye from Mumaw. He's ahead 3-0, and that just goes to show you it really is. You hear it over and over again, but it's the little things in baseball that make a difference. Here's the 3-0. High fly ball into short left center field. Coming in is Stillwell. He comes up short yet again as he turned like a tumbleweed trying to make that catch. So he's got a leadoff single.
Man, he's going to have nightmares about diving for balls in the outfield. Credit him for another heck of an effort going after it, but these just keep dropping in barely in front of him. That's the 3rd time that's happened today, and the 2nd time he's had to dive for one and just narrowly missed it. Thankfully, it's only a single allowed by the Oaks. Plenty of room to bounce back this inning.
Right, remember last inning it was when he did that in the first batter that made it a double, and first pitch upstairs, a ball. 1-0 to Makani Nabarro. He's 1 for 3 on the day with a single back in the 4th inning. Foresters have a 3-run lead. 1-0. Fouled straight back against the fence, 1-1.
And Foresters' lineup really appears to be heating up, getting more power as the game progresses. It's a tough matchup right now for Kyle Zahn.
Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to short. Nagy Fields throws to second for 1, and that's all the Oaks will get. Ball was not quite hit hard enough to turn 2, but the Oaks were able to get the lead runner.
That's still pretty important. Nicely done by Nagy. The Foresters have been able to sneak guys to extra bases, get stolen bases, get in scoring position all day. So just keeping him off second base was really important and well played by Nagy.
It's going to be Carter Rutenbar. There goes Nabarro. Pitch a strike on the inside, throw down to second, and what a slide by Nabarro. He gets in safely. He slid his way around the tag from Nagy.
Well, that's one you hope Kyle Zahn checks over at first for, because that was a perfect throw and a perfect tag, and they still couldn't get the runner because of how big the jump was for Nabarro.
The 0-1 misses in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rutenbar has had a couple hits on the day, a single and a double. It was his leadoff double that sparked the rally last inning for the Foresters. That one is chopped shortly to first. It's Tyson Reese who takes it and goes to the bag himself for the second out.
Great job in these last couple at-bats by Zahn, getting ground ball contact. But again, the Foresters' base running has helped them get a runner on third that they might not have otherwise had. Still 2 outs, though. This is a massive at-bat for Santa Barbara and for Kyle Zahn.
Joseph Sandusky is hitless on the day. He's 0 for 3 with a hit by pitch. Runner at third with 2 outs. First pitch, a fastball misses low for a ball. 1-0. A swing and a miss. Sandusky a bit out in front of that one. Evens the count at 1. Addison Klepsch waits on deck should it reach him. Here's the 1-1. A swing and a miss. Zahn once again tied him up there. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Kyle Zahn's stuff has looked pretty good. Getting ahead right here with 2 outs. Just a pivotal pitch coming up. It's been a long game here today, over 2.5 hours.
1-2 to Sandusky. It misses high, goes to the backstop, and Nabarro holds at third, despite his speed, as that one deflected back pretty quickly.
And probably a good decision there. It got a nice little bounce off the backstop for Voiles. I think there's probably a higher than 50% chance the Oaks could have gotten Nabarro.
Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Zahn comes home. Misses upstairs. It's now a full count on Joseph Sandusky.
Wouldn't mind curveball here for Kyle Zahn. It's one of his best strikeout pitches on a 3-2 count. Let it drop below the zone.
Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Kyle Zahn out of the woods in the 7th inning as he strikes out Sandusky swinging. Still 8-5 as we now head to the 8th inning. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. Top of the 8th inning, Wittig returns to the mound after coming in for Carter Spites with the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning. Wittig has not had a run charged to his name. Both the runs that scored in the 8th inning in the 7th inning belong to Carter Spites. It'll be Aiden Voiles leading things off. He's driven home a couple of runs on the day. He's got a single, bounced into a run-scoring fielder's choice in the 6th. First pitch. Fastball inside, 1-0. It's been a solid offensive day for the Oaks. It's just that the Foresters, they've been able to really capitalize on some mistakes from the Oaks, some walks. Just been coming out on top as Voiles takes a fastball downstairs, 2-0.
And this is much different than the earlier road matchup this season the Oaks had against the Foresters when they lost 19-2. Today, they're really just hanging in there, not out of the game yet.
A swing and a miss. Voiles climbs up for that one. Yeah, the last time we sat in these chairs, it was definitely a very different game vibe.
Yeah, especially by this point. I mean, I think the Foresters may have already had their 19 runs. They did, actually, by this point.
2-1 pitch. Voiles fouls that one off the screen. So it's an even 2-2 count. Two balls and two strikes. Wittig looks in, accepts the sign from Rutenbar. And comes home. Voiles pops it foul. It will get out of play. So it's still a 2-2 count. Two balls, two strikes on Aiden Voiles. Wittig brings it. And Voiles goes down half swinging and looking. One gone here in the top of the 8th inning.
And Voiles was pretty frustrated with that strikeout, just couldn't commit either way. Half swing to get him for out number 1. And he was up 2-0 in the count. Joey Wittig really responded instantly.
And now brings up Grant Rodriguez, who's 0 for 3 on the day with a trio of groundouts. First pitch from Wittig. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-0. Foresters have led the entire time since they first scored. The 1-0. Fastball hits the upper outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. And it certainly hasn't been a one-sided game today. The Oaks have been producing plenty of offense of their own. Just a few runs behind the Sturs. The 1-1. Fastball misses outside. It's now 2-1 on Rodriguez. And the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off by Rodriguez, and it will fly on out of play. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wittig accepts the sign from Rutenbar. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He went with the off-speed that time to tie up Grant Rodriguez for the second out.
Number 2 from Joey Wittig, sponsored by Lee & Sons Plumbing and Heating.
Well, this has been a really great entrance to the game for Joey Wittig. He cleaned up in the 7th, let a run home, but it wasn't charged to him. And since then, he's just been really dominant, getting a ground out, couple strikeouts, really good.
It's Zach Nagy. First pitch misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Nagy got on. Last time, knocked a ball down the left field line. Was ruled an error, but certainly looked like hit material as it was a tough play for Muma at third. 1-0. Chopped foul into the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. 1-1 offering. Fastball misses downstairs. It's now 2-1.
None of these at-bats have been super short, but Wittig is making them work each time. He has a chance to strike out the side if he can get back into this.
Two one on the way. Line foul to the right side. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Two outs here in the 8th inning. Wittig has retired the first 2, both via strikeouts. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Wittig. In the dirt, it's now a full count on Zach Nagy.
First 3-ball count of the inning. We've said how these 2-out walks can change a lot of things. If Nagy can get one, it's back to the top of the order.
And the 3-2. Up and in, ball 4. A 2-out walk to Zach Nagy.
What a great day it's been for Nagy. A hit, a walk, and arguably another hit that was scored as an error. He's been one of the most impactful players for the Oaks at the plate.
Now batting number 24.
Still 2 outs in the inning. It's going to be Owen Mealy. Mealy with 1 hit on the day. First pitch from Wittig, fastball upstairs, 1-0.
Mealy's also had a good day with a single and a walk and a line out to right that almost got down for a hit back in the 5th.
One 0 to Mealy. Chopped foul to the left side. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nagy at first with 2 outs. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to the right side. Play is made by Klepsch, who throws to first to end the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 walk. Wittig strikes out 2 in the 8th. Bottom of the 8th inning. 8-5 Foresters. You're watching Oaks Baseball on YouTube. Stay tuned. Bottom of the 8th inning, just 2 half innings to go if this lead holds. And the Oaks bring on a new pitcher, a 2-way player. It's James Latshaw, making his 5th appearance on the mound this season. He has pitched in 5 cumulative innings. And the last time that we saw him pitch was on July 7th against the Santa Maria Indians, a game in which he threw 1 inning, allowed 1 run on 2 hits.
Leading off
Comes
the
into today to
Foresters,
face
sponsored by
the
Buchanan.
Foresters, starting with Addison
Number 4,
Klepsch.
Addison Klepsch.
And in most innings today, the Foresters have managed to at least get something going, and oftentimes it's resulted in runs. The Oaks are down by 3 and just need a clean 1-2-3 to take it into the 9th and give themselves a chance.
First pitch to Klepsch. Fastball misses low and away, 1-0. Well, Addison Klepsch, 2 for 3 on the day with a sac fly. He's got a pair of RBIs. 1-0. Fouled back against the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, Klepsch has just been great today. That sac fly was really big. RBI single back in the 3rd inning. Plenty of added pop to this lineup.
1-1 pitch. Off speed, misses outside. It's 2-1. Two one from Latshaw. Fastball misses outside. It's now a 3-1 count on Latshaw. Three one on the way. Chopped foul to the left side. It's a full count. Three two on the way from Latshaw. Fastball down and away for ball 4. A leadoff walk to Addison Klepsch.
Well, that was so close. Latshaw almost worked back in the count.
Sponsored by BMW Santa Barbara.
But that is a
44,
costly walk.
Will
Could give
Chamberlain.
the Foresters the energy they need to add some more runs.
And now brings up Cole Chamberlain. Chamberlain 0 for 3 on the day with a walk. Fastball misses down and in for a ball. He was on base when Nick Salmon hit the 2-run bomb to right center field in the 6th inning. One out. Fastball in there for a strike, 1-1.
It's so tough against this Foresters lineup. You want to be in the strike zone if you're Latshaw, but not throw anything over the heart of the plate. Just trying to paint corners consistently.
1-1 offering. A changeup hits the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, it's going to be important for Latshaw to try to build a consistency with getting ahead in the count, because one thing we've seen today and in many of the Oaks' loss to the Foresters is getting behind in the count often made the difference as well. 1-2 in the dirt. Taking off for second, Klepsch. He is safe.
Good decision by Klepsch. He saw the bobble from Voiles. It took him a second to pick it up.
And that's another thing that's been carrying the Foresters today. Their alert base running and taking off for second when they realize that they have a shot. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cole Chamberlain. Two pitch. Popped up left side. Danny Aguilera calls it off on the corner, and he's able to make the catch. Runner at second with 1 out now.
Mesa Cafe, number 15, Nick
This is a scary sight to see Nick Salmon right after his home run in the 6th.
Nick Salmon ripped a 2-run bomb over the right center field fence his last time up, making the score ultimately what it is now, at the time 8-3, but since then the Oaks scored a couple of runs, so it's an 8-5 Foresters lead. First pitch, a fastball, a little bit inside, 1-0. Latshaw has seen his ups and downs on the mound this summer. Just has to work his way through this inning. Klepsch at second with 1 out. We'll see if that walk comes back to hurt the Oaks. Pitch on the way. Salmon looks at a fastball, strike on the inside corner. One ball, one strike, 1 out, 1 on. Latshaw deals. Changeup misses upstairs. It's now a 2-1 count on Salmon. Salmon's got 2 hits on the day, the single and the 2-run homer. He also walked back in the 3rd inning. The 2-1. Fly ball, shallow left field. Out is the shortstop, Zach Nagy, to make the catch. 2 outs in the inning.
Couple of huge pop-ups in these last couple at-bats generated by James Latshaw. To get Nick Salmon out is absolutely massive. And this has been a good response to the opening walk for Latshaw. We haven't always seen that from Oaks pitchers, to be able to respond to walks like that, but Latshaw has done so far this inning.
Leaves it up to Wylan Nelson. He singled his last time up in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 2 on the day with 2 walks. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at second. First pitch. Misses downstairs, 1-0. Well, the Sturs certainly have a comforting lead, but they'd love to get some more insurance right here against Latshaw. And time is called at the plate. As we get ready to continue right here. It's a 1-0 count on Wylan Nelson with Klepsch at second. 1-0 offering. Line drive into the glove of Aguilera at third. So that's it for the 8th inning. 8 innings in the books, and that sets the stage for the top of the 9th. Oaks need at least 3 runs to stay in this game. Can they pull it off? Find out when we come back. Top of the ninth inning, and the Santa Barbara Foresters 3 outs away from their 21st win of the season and snapping the Oaks' 4-game winning streak. And looking to close it out in the ninth inning, it'll be Caleb Hoover getting his first look of action today on either side of the field. Obviously, Hoover traditionally a position player and a batter for the Santa Barbara Foresters, but from a pitching standpoint, he's pitched well. He last pitched on July 1st against the Conejo Oaks when the Foresters won 13-5. He pitched 2 innings that game, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits.
This season, 8 innings, 3 runs, but none earned, and he has a .412 average at the plate. So in the competition to be the Ohtani of the CCL, he's probably winning. And his favorite thing to do in Reno is hitting home runs. He was really good at the home run derby.
Fastball misses outside. Yes, Caleb Hoover hit 6 home runs in the home run derby. The 1-0. Fastball misses low and away for ball 2. I actually had a chance to talk to Caleb Hoover before the game. A great conversation. He told me how phenomenal the experience was in Reno and how good it felt to hit those home runs. 2-0 chopped up the middle. Tough play for Klepsch. He backhands it, but his throw to first is much too late. So a pretty good start for the Oaks in the top of the ninth inning. A leadoff infield single for Tyler Antwine.
Great job by Antwine. That makes it 3 multi-hit days in his last 6. And that's the exact type of hustle play that can really start a rally in the ninth when you're headed toward the heart of the order. Really good momentum shifter. The Oaks dugout is getting more active. They're 0-4 against the Foresters this year, but feeling how close they are to getting back into this game.
And this game not out of reach by any means. Foresters need to get 3 outs. Tyson Reese looks at a fastball strike on the inner part of the plate. 0-1. Well, Reese delivered a clutch RBI single his last time up in the 7th. Certainly a reliable hitter for the Oaks. Here's the 0-1. Line drive into center field for a base hit. Antwine will hold at second, and that will bring the tying run to the plate.
That went faster than anyone could expect. Back-to-back singles. This game has gotten really, really interesting with still nobody out in the ninth.
And if we do end up seeing a bottom of the ninth in this game, whatever the result, I think the Oaks should walk away definitely happy in that case.
Yeah, I mean, this is much better performance than they had last time on the road. Really impressive so far this inning.
Matthew Whitgo looks at a fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Whitgo. Whitgo hitless so far, 0 for 3. He did walk his last time up. And the 1-0. Fastball upstairs, and Rudenbar couldn't hang on and also had trouble finding it. And as a result, both runners advance. That opens up first base. That's huge for the Oaks right now.
What an unbelievable start to the inning. Getting a little lucky there with a pass ball, but the Oaks have 2 runners in scoring position now.
Antwine at third and Reese at second. 2-0 to Whitgo, up and in. It's 3-0 now. Well, if you walk Whitgo, that certainly spells trouble for the Foresters as you'd put the tying run on base. You would also set up forces everywhere. The 3-0. Fastball on the inside corner, 3-1. No reason for Whitgo to swing there. Caden Stillwell waits on deck. Here's the 3-1. That will load the bases. So the tying runs are on base, and the go-ahead run in Stillwell is at the plate.
And this is just an unbelievable start. I know I said it already, but credit to Whitco for waiting it out. Hoover is rattled, and already Bill Pintard is coming out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. And we've seen this from the Oaks today. The Foresters have had guys coming in Spites and in Hoover who haven't allowed earned runs this season, and the Oaks are just ready to pounce against them. Not sure what it is, but, I mean, clearly this team has turned a corner with its offense.
We've talked about all year how it felt like the Oaks kind of hit a low point against the Riptide back on June 19th with the 10-run first inning. Since then, lost to the Barons, but then things really came back. Started winning consistently, gotten wins in 10 of their last 12, and back on the road, this team is making a statement. Feels like a different Oaks squad than it was maybe a month, 3-4 weeks ago.
So the short mound visit from Pintard is over. And the bases are full of Oaks with nobody out. Caden Stillwell at the plate. You've got Tyler Antwine at third, Reese at second, and Whitgo at first. 2 hits and a walk is what this inning has come down to so far. Hoover nowhere near out of the woods. First pitch. Off speed, strike on the outside corner, and that's certainly a strike Hoover needed.
Needed it very much. Forrester's already having some flashbacks to last night of blowing the lead against the Riptide.
The 0-1. Fastball misses upstairs, 1-1 to Stillwell. Yeah, the Foresters had a 4-0 lead in the 7th, and the Riptide scored 2 runs. And in the 8th inning, with the Foresters up by 2, the Riptide scored 4. The 1-1. Misses downstairs, 2-1. Even when it was a 3-0 game, this game has not been all Foresters.
The number one thing they cannot do, though, is panic. They got to know, get a ball on the ground, you can still get 2 outs.
2-1 to Stillwell. Changeup on the outside corner. It's now an even 2-2 count, and Stillwell basically trying to do anything but hit it on the ground on the infield. That is hard. Corners are up for the Sturs. The 2-2. Misses outside, and the count runs full. Well, if you're Caleb Hoover, you got to throw a strike here. You don't want to walk Stillwell and put the go-ahead run on base. Bases loaded, no outs. 3-2 to Stillwell. Just outside, ball 4. That will plate Antwine, and it's a 2-run game.
And the first earned run this season allowed by Caleb Hoover. Great job by Stillwell. A lot of players would be tempted to swing if it's close. You don't want to be the guy who strikes out looking in this spot, but credit to Stillwell for not fearing anything, being ready to take pitches and driving in a run. That's a way to do it.
Here's Danny Aguilera. Takes a fastball upstairs for a ball. And Reese, Whitgo, and Stillwell, the runners. Aguilera has an RBI single on the day. Here's the 1-0. A swing and a miss. A good pitch from Hoover, and certainly a good pitch to swing at from Aguilera. I imagine that would have been a strike anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bases loaded, no outs. 1-1. Aguilera looks at a fastball that just misses outside. 2-1. It's an 8-6 ball game. Whitgo at second is the tying run, and Stillwell the go-ahead run at first. Here's the 2-1. Misses downstairs. It's 3-1 on Danny Aguilera. The first 2 reached via a single, and the next 2 walked. 3 balls and 1 strike on Aguilera. Bases loaded, nobody outs. Hoover has to throw a strike here. And he does. It hits the outside corner, and it's a full count on Aguilera. Back-to-back full counts. Bases loaded, nobody out. The 3-2 to Aguilera. Downstairs, ball 4. 3 straight walks have made it a 1-run game.
And Bill Pintard's going to get Caleb Hoover out of the game.
Yep.
And it might be too late. The Oaks still need a run, though. They're going to have to find a way to find it, and whoever comes in, we know the Foresters have so many good arms out of the bullpen. Boy, would this be a signature moment in summer ball if they could get out of this. But for the Oaks, knocking on the door, just 1 more base runner needed to keep this game going. That's it.
So Caleb Hoover just dug himself into a rabbit hole there. We're going to see a new pitcher. Hoover exits with the bases loaded. He leaves a mess, but we're going to have a new pitcher. We'll step aside. Well, it's the top of the ninth. Bases loaded, nobody out. The Oaks chased Caleb Hoover out of this game with 2 singles and 3 walks. And now taking the mound is Brody Berlowitz, making his 4th pitching appearance of the season. Has not allowed a run on the season so far. His last outing was on July 5th against the Coastal Dodgers. He went 1 inning, allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. 2 of those were earned.
And yeah, of course, I mean, that doesn't charge to his CCL stats, so no runs in the CCL season, but that's big to come off an outing like that where he really struggled in the 6th inning. He's been good overall this season.
It'll be Aiden Voiles. He fouls off the first pitch he sees, 0-1. Pretty big move after 3 straight walks, although it is a different pitcher. Bases loaded, nobody out. It's Whitgo at 3rd. He represents the tying run. Stillwell at 2nd and Aguilera at 1st. Go 1. Chop to 1st. Coming home, Nelson, and they get the force, and that's all they'll get. So the Foresters do exactly what they needed to do on that play. They got the lead runner. The ball was not quite hit hard enough to turn 2, but the priority was to get the tying run at home.
Yeah, that was a good decision. They had to know it was coming. And a double play could actually end the game. So the Oaks can't get too overconfident. They've done so well to start this inning to let this strand here.
Also, Zach Mora actually pinch running for Caden Stillwell. He's at 3rd now, representing the tying run. Grant Rodriguez skies one in the air to right center field. This will at least tie the game. This one is up against the wall. In to score is Mora. Right behind him, Aguilera. He will score, and the Oaks take the lead. 9-8. Unbelievable.
It's impossible to believe what we just saw. Grant Rodriguez came into that at-bat over his last 25, and he hits the double in the 9th to give the Oaks the lead. You can't write it better than that.
You talk about coming through at the right time. And both of those runs belong to Hoover. His line is officially done now. First pitch to Zach Nagy is in there for a strike.
All season long, the Oaks have competed and won games, but they've looked for a vintage moment, and that might have been it.
The 0-1 pitch misses upstairs, 1-1. And as the lead, if the lead stands heading into the bottom of the 9th, the Oaks would be 3 outs away from their first win against the Santa Barbara Foresters this season. Here's the 1-1. Just missed off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike on Zach Nagy. Voiles at third, Rodriguez at second. Pitch to Nagy, fastball in there for a strike, and it's 2-2.
With 1 out and 2 runners in scoring position, the Oaks, they're winning, but they can't let up. The Foresters would be threatening for a walk-off, especially in this situation.
2-2 on the way. Nagy goes fishing at a pitch in the dirt, and Rutenbar completes the strikeout to first for a much-needed second out for the Foresters, but it may have come too late. It's second and third, 2 outs right now. Owen Mealy at the plate.
For the second consecutive day, the Foresters have blown a 4+ run lead late in the game. They are not out of it by any means, but Owen Mealy could make it real tough with a single right here.
Deja vu for the Foresters. Second and third, 2 outs. Mealy looks at a strike on the outside corner. He already has 1 single on the day. The 0-1 misses in the dirt. Rutenbar loses both the glove and his ball. And not a green light by any means for Voiles, but he would make it tougher for Rutenbar to tag him there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Berlowitz comes home. Mealy tips it into the glove for strike 2. So Berlowitz has not yet had a runner charged to his name, as every runner that has scored this inning was inherited by Hoover. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Brady Berlowitz comes in and gets the job done, gets all 3 outs in the inning. That sets the stage for the bottom of the 9th inning. Foresters need 1 to tie and 2 to win. Can they get it done? We'll find out when we come back.
Not for the Foresters.
Well, after the Foresters were 3 runs up and 3 outs away from winning this game, now the Oaks are 1 run up and 3 outs away from upsetting the Foresters. Liam Wilson will pinch hit for Josh Woodworth here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Latshaw in for his 2nd inning of work. Wilson looks at a fastball low for a ball.
And this is a pressure-packed spot for Latshaw. The Oaks stranded 2 runners in scoring position to get just a 1-run lead. But how about Grant Rodriguez, the hero, with a 2 RBI double to give the Oaks the advantage? An incredible hit.
1-0, grounded left side. It's a fair ball. Long throw by Aguilera. He makes the throw to first in time. A spectacular play under the circumstances by Danny Aguilera.
And that's unbelievable. Aguilera walked in a big run in the 9th inning to get Caleb Hoover out of the game, and he makes a great play over at third to start the bottom of the 9th.
Easton Muma.
What a great first out. That's one where you wouldn't necessarily blame him for not making it, and then suddenly the Foresters would have momentum. But a key first out.
Easton Muma looks at a ball upstairs that sails to the backstop. And if this lead holds, Latshaw would be in line for his first win of the season. 1 ball, no strikes on Easton Muma. Latshaw brings it. And Muma lines the ball over the glove of Nagy into left field for a base hit. And the Foresters have the tying run on first. This game is not over yet.
With the base hit there in the bottom of the ninth.
Foresters are not going to go down quietly, that's for sure. And a pinch runner. Looks like number 9, Brady Janusek, is coming in to run.
Janusek knocked in 3 RBIs in last night's game against the Orange County Riptide, so he was instrumental for the Foresters last night. It'll be Nakani Nabarro stepping to the plate. Calvin, do you think the Foresters are thinking about bunting here?
Wouldn't be a bad spot to do so. At the same time, they're certainly hoping to walk it off in the ninth. I think they're going to let Nabarro swing away here.
There goes Janusek. Throw down to second is too low. A huge stolen base for Brady Janusek. Opens up first base and puts the tying run in scoring position.
Well, it turns out the plan was just to steal. Janusek now has 13 stolen bases. He is so fast. Such a good player at Baylor. That's a good decision by the Foresters.
So it's now a runner at second with 1 out. 1-0 to Nabarro. A swing and a miss. Fastball, a pretty good timing by Nabarro on the swing, but he just couldn't connect. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner at second, 1 out. One. Chopper to the right side. It's a high one. Rodriguez throws to first to get the out. Janusek is at third. The Oaks 1 out away from winning this game, but the Foresters 1 hit away from tying this game or even walking it off.
Well, the strategy really worked for the Foresters because all they're going to need is a single. And Carter Rutenbar is a guy who can get it. 2 hits today, a single and a double. Janusek's got all kinds of speed. It won't really matter, most likely, unless there's a ground ball in the infield that he decides to run on. That would be crazy.
First pitch. A swing and a miss. Rutenbar was ready to deliver right away. No balls, 1 strike. Janusek at third with 2 outs. Oaks lead by 1. The 0-1. Line drive out to right field, chasing Antwine back to the wall. This one is up against the wall. The Foresters have tied the game. Rutenbar in the second with an RBI double. We are level at 9.
Impossible. A 3-hit day for Carter Rutenbar.
Let's stir it up here, folks.
No surprise that he's going to do it at the top of the order. And that is why you can never count out this offense. Time and time again this season, the Foresters have blown teams out thanks to their bats. They've beaten the Oaks 4 times this season, and they get into a spot where they're down in the 9th for the first time all year. You bring in a pinch runner, and what a genius move from Bill Pintard to get Janusek to second, then over to third. That doesn't happen, most likely, without that decision to pinch run Janusek. Carter Rutenbar brings him in. And 1 hit could walk it off. Who knows right here?
We've been saying it all day, Calvin. The little things make the difference in baseball. So Rutenbar at second for Sandusky. Runner at second, 2 outs. He looks at a fastball downstairs, 1-0. This has been a nail-biter today. whatever the result, this is one of the greatest games we have seen all season. The 1-0. Misses outside. It's now a 2-0 count on Sandusky.
Latshaw's just got to still attack the zone. Rutenbar's been on a heater. Sandusky is a great hitter, but doesn't have a hit today. If he can paint corners, there's a chance to get this third out.
Here's the 2-0. Fastball right down the pipe, 2-1. Rutenbar at second. On a base hit to the outfield, the Oaks better get that ball in quickly.
This one could come down to a play at the plate if that happens.
Runner at second, 2 outs. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. So the Oaks 1 strike away, not from winning, but from sending this game to extra innings. And that's an interesting scenario because there's no lights right here at Eddie Mathews Field.
Yeah, there's only a set amount of time. I mean, we'll see what they do if that happens.
There were some game pauses last year, particularly involving the Foresters and the Saints last year. 2-2 with 2 outs. Runner at second. 2-2. Misses upstairs. It's now a full count on Sandusky. Rutenbar at second with 2 outs. This is a big pitch here. A full count on Sandusky. Latshaw delivers. Fastball misses low for ball 4. So Sandusky reaches first, but Rutenbar is really the only runner that matters at second base. And out to the mound goes Scott Radinsky. I'm feeling that this is probably going to be the end for Latshaw.
At the very least, a conversation, and wow, was that close. Almost rung him up looking to send it to extras. Just barely missing low for a ball. And Addison Klepsch, he's been great today too. 2 hits, a sac fly. Looks like Latshaw might be staying in, and for Scott Radinsky, he's had so many conversations with pitchers, a former MLB player himself. He knows the anxiety that Latshaw must be feeling right now. And the intensity here is palpable. You don't often see this in any summer ball league anywhere, but both dugouts are fully invested. They care about this result. You talk all the time about summer ball and how invested the players are and whether they truly care. All you have to do is really look at this game to see that is absolutely the case, that they are invested. They are both dying to see what happens and dying to see their teams win.
It's going to be Addison Klepsch. The winning run, Newtonbar, is at second. A base hit to the outfield could end this game. And I say could because it doesn't guarantee it. First and second, 2 outs. Klepsch looks at a fastball upstairs, 1-0.
This is already setting up to be the longest game for the Oaks this season, up to about 3.5 hours, even longer than yesterday's game against the Blues. That went 3:20.
1-0. In there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike.
The Oaks have forces at first, second, and third. Any ground ball in the infield, you just got to make the simple play and try to end the game.
One pitch. Off speed, misses a little bit outside. 2 balls and 1 strike, and that drew some reactions from the Oaks dugout.
I mean, we can't really see from this angle 100%, but it was very close, I'll tell you that.
2 balls and 1 strike. First and second, 2 outs. Winning run at second. The 2-1. Misses low for ball 3. It's now a 3-1 count. Well, a walk here would load the bases. But again, Rutenbar is the only runner that matters. At least from a run standpoint. That doesn't mean the other runners don't need to be careful. 3 balls, 1 strike. Latshaw comes home. That hits the upper part of the zone. It's now a full count on Addison Klepsch. So the runners will be going on this pitch. A base hit to the outfield could be the climax here. Well, we've seen the climax. A full count. First and second, 2 outs. Here comes Latshaw. A swing and a miss. So this game not over. Extra innings set, and we'll see what becomes of this here. It's 9-9. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, so the status of this game is that for the time being, it is over. Unfortunately, there are no lights at Eddie Mathews Field here in Santa Barbara, but my goodness, Calvin, what a game we saw today. The Foresters had everything going for them in the top of the 9th inning. They had an 8-5 lead. Caleb Hoover came in and inherited 5 base runners, and the first 2 scored. Unfortunately, he just left a little bit too much of a mess for Brady Berlowitz to fully clean up. And he did pull through. He did not allow runners to his name, but the Oaks ended up taking the lead. And then the Foresters tied it with 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. That huge double to right. But, man, it's a little tough to see what was such an exciting game end or pause abruptly when the stakes were so high, but what a game we've seen today.
Yeah, and I think the umpires, they don't want to have to go into an inning that they can't complete. At the same time, you could make an argument there was enough daylight. There's probably about a half hour you got left out here, if not more. So it's a little bit surprising to me that they suspended this game, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen. This could be deemed a tie. It could be made up potentially next week on, say, July 15th when both the Oaks and the Foresters have a day off. And there's already a game between the Oaks and the Foresters that's looking to be postponed. So anything could really happen. But how about James Latshaw before we go, getting the strikeout to keep it tied, making sure the Oaks didn't suffer a loss. Can't give him enough credit for stepping through despite allowing a game-tying hit. This was a really fun game. We're hoping it gets made up at some point, but at the very least, it was electric all around already.
Electric, yeah. You got to give Latshaw credit. He came up just 1 out short of the win, but he was able to pull through and finish the inning even after the Foresters tied it. Well, that's it for this evening from Eddie Mathews Field. The Oaks will be back at home tomorrow for a 4 p.m. matchup against the Arroyo Seco Saints at Ventura College. Your final for now, one more time, the Oaks 9 and the Foresters 9. Alongside Calvin Kaplan, I'm Sammy Fawn, and we will see you tomorrow evening. Good night.